Alright, I am live. How's it going, YouTube? This is Skull. Welcome to a Pokemon Sword and Shield Shiny Hunt. I am searching for Applin today, and this is going to be a race with ThatBaldGamer. A link to his channel is in the description. Before we start, I am sorry that I am like 15 minutes late starting this. The power went out about 10 minutes before, so couldn't do much about that. But power came back, so I decided to try and go through with this hunt anyway. As you can see on my screen, I'm actually doing two hunts. So if you've ever watched me shiny hunt on Twitch, I actually am doing two hunts at once. On this screen, what my webcam is overlaid on, this is the Applin hunt in Pokemon Shield. But on the bottom, that's actually my 3DS hooked up with the capture card. And I am looking for a Story Latios in Pokemon Omega Ruby. That is full odds, and it's an insanely long reset. I wouldn't be surprised if it ends up being somewhere around 3.5 to 4 minute reset. I figure I may as well just go for that while I'm going for Applin as well. So if anyone wants to know, I do have Masuda Method active, and I have the Shiny Charm. So my odds for Applin are 1 in 512. I will also have a Carkol with Flame Body, and I have the Oval Charm. So basically the eggs are going to hatch super fast, and I have 16 fresh boxes to put my Applin in as I hatch them, so I'm about as set as I can be with this race. And Bald is live on his chat as well, and let's see, ready for you to come back when you are ready to come back. So, if you want to see his perspective, then go ahead and check out the link to his channel in the description. And also, I am having my daily donation goal for the stream. This stream could go on for as long as 6 hours. So, that's a lot of time for me to sit here and do this. So, any donations are greatly appreciated to help me power through this. This is my drink of choice today. Cream soda. I love Anyone else love cream soda as much as I do? Man. Yeah, Luna, I'm still hunting for Latios. I sort of have to. That's why I'm so excited to do this shiny hunt. This gives me an opportunity to not only get a new shiny in Sword and Shield. The only one I have so far is Wooloo, and that's in my copy of Sword. But it also gives me an opportunity to put in a few more resets for Latios. Even if I was resetting nonstop for 6 hours, I wouldn't even get in 100 resets on that, I don't think. So, anyway, what is my favorite apple? Probably, what's the red one? What's the famous red one? Crystal doesn't like that soda. Okay, sad face.
Like that.
Okay, showed up. Perfect. Thanks, Jacob, for the £2 donation. Okay, thank you. Are you playing Sword or Shield? I'm playing Shield right now. Okay, £2 to USD. $2.63. All right. Oh, come on. Gotta type everything in all over again. It's not your fault, guys. My ISPs staying up with the times, just like Google said they would. And, oh, I forgot to mention the background music is all from Glitch X City on YouTube, so be sure to go check her out as well. I got a playlist going right now, so all her music, it's awesome, so yay. Red Delicious, thank you, Crystal, that's exactly what it is. So anyway, guys, we'll start here momentarily. We're just waiting for Bald to get everything set up on his end. He just got this great idea. The person who donates the most, so top donation, gets to name the shiny. I think that's a great idea. He's going to do it on his end, so I'll do that on my end as well. If you want to name the shiny, then just donate. Right now, top donation is $2.63 or £2 British sterling. So if you want the ability to name the shiny, should I get it to stream, then just donate more than that. Yeah. Calling it first egg would be shiny. It's not out of the range of possibility. We literally could get a shiny out of the first egg. Remember, eggs are 1 in 5 tall shiny. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to start my Omega Ruby game here. There's nothing that says that I need to wait for that. Yeah, and I'm glad that people are enjoying the Pseudo Elite Four thing too, Sagasi. For those of you who didn't see my video today, me and Sagasi and I, did do a Pokemon battle in Sword and Shield, where she pretended she was an Elite Four member, and she specialized in one type. And that was a lot of fun, and I'm glad that that's getting so much traction. I'm definitely going to do that with other people. Do you have a Drowsy? Drowsy is not available in Sword and Shield. It's not a Pokemon that is in there. So we're just waiting on him to get set up. In the meantime, we can at least get the Latios out of the way. Latios is easy enough to power through. You just mash A until this battle is over, and then mash B after that. Yeah, easy as that. We already got 50 people watching. Thanks, guys. I know that I guarantee this is going to be very, very boring. But thanks to anyone who is coming here. And,
Hello?
Oh, hi there.
Hey! I was just going to let you talk and eavesdrop for a little bit.
Oh, sorry.
No, I'm just kidding.
Alright. Everyone, it's BaldGamer.
Hey! What's up, everybody?
And hello to BaldStream as well, for those of you who are hearing me over there.
And on both ends, is the volume okay from all of us? Should be, but
yeah. I mean, you sound fine on mine.
Awesome. All right, so we both got our Applins ready. Oh, I'm peeking at yours. You're at Route 5. I'm doing the whole wild area one.
Uh-huh. Well,
I wonder if that's gonna have a bearing on our luck.
I don't know. I guess we'll see.
Which one is the luckier one? All right. Well, I'm ready. I do have the Ditto in there. But
yeah,
I don't have
I've got a Chinese Ditto as well. So like I told my chat, I am doing the Masuda method. I have the Shiny Charm, and I have the Oval Charm, and I have a Carcoal with Flame Body. So.
And do you have the Oval Charm and the?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. You just
Oval Charm, Shiny Charm. I've got. I'm as set as I can be, and I got 16 empty boxes.
Man, you're doing way better than me. I don't have any empty, but let's just get right into it then.
All right. Okay. Here, let's do this. Let's talk to her, and let's get to the point where we're about to leave our Pokemon. So, like, right now, I am hovering over my Appleton. That's what I will be leaving. And I have not hit A yet. So...
I'm hovering over it as well, too.
Okay. So, how do you want to count this down? You just want to, like, on the count of 3, just begin?
Yeah, it's going to be a delay no matter what, probably, but we just do the count of 3.
Yeah, okay. You want to do the honors? This was your idea.
So, you're on select.
Oh, give me a second, actually. I want to check my Latios in Omega Ruby.
Okay.
I am doing a double hunt. I was telling my audience I am doing a double shiny hunt. Doing Latios and Omega Ruby because figured why not. May as well just knock that out while I'm doing this. So, anyway, it was not a shiny, so reset and I guess do the countdown.
All right, so you're hovering over the select word. Is that what you're at?
On my bottom right, it says confirm, change selection mode, view stats, and back. So I'm hovering over the Pokemon, but I have not hit A yet.
Okay, I'm hovering over it and I've hit A, so I'm getting ready to hit select.
I will. Okay, I am there too.
Okay, all right. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go! Doggone, there's still more dialogue.
That's fine.
Oh man. All right, here we go. All right, we're good to go.
The good thing is you can do this with one hand if you need to.
That is true.
Which is so convenient.
And it is like, I know you've done a couple shiny hunts as well too. It's so, like, laying eggs is so fast in this game.
Yeah.
And like, you know, hashtag first world problems. I know a lot of Masuda method users from the past are probably thrilled that, like, you know, now you can take your Pokebox anywhere with you. You don't have to go all the way back to a Poke Center just to empty out your party. So, like, that really speeds things up.
Yeah, it does. It so does. When I was shiny hunting in X and Y, I actually just went inside the daycare because there was a PC there, and I just sorted my inventory in that PC inside there. So
Well, that's cool too, though. Still saves so much time.
Yeah.
It's one
Oh,
of those quality-
there's so many small quality of life improvements they've made in these games. It's so nice.
Oh yeah.
Like small things here and there. Too many for me to think of right now. I've just like over the past few weeks, I've just sort of taken them for granted now. So I'm actually having a hard time remembering anything. Also because my fingers are multitasking between 2 different games. So.
Gotta keep busy.
Yeah. So our odds
Forget them.
Our odds
don't
for-
exist.
our odds for Appleton are 1 in 5,012.
Actually, I think it's 512.
512, my mistake. And my odds for Latios are 4,096. So full odds, and it's a 3.5 minute reset on the best of days.
Oof, oof, oof. Yeah, no, it's supposed to be with Masuda.
I didn't even fill up my party with eggs, and already one is hatching.
What?
Yeah.
I'm still waiting to
It was
hatch.
not
I
a
got,
shiny. Whoever it was that wanted it to be a shiny, it's not a shiny. Ah,
Oh yeah,
shoot.
place your bets. What do you guys think in the chat?
My webcam is not delayed anymore. You know what? That doesn't matter. I'll just undelay everything else too. All right.
All right, first one's not for me as well either. One down.
Oh shoot! One more quality of life improvement I can do here. I'm going to turn off the ability to give nicknames. Forgot about that. Something that I didn't do ahead of time.
Oh,
That's one thing that I
yeah.
could have done ahead of time, but forgot to do. So whatever. Latios is not shiny. And resetting with that is going to be difficult. Oh well.
So I have a fun thing that I do here, and it's where and I don't know if you would like to do it as well too, but I always try to make things interesting and spice it up to where up until the time that it hatches, or at best evolve if it has like a fun evolution and I evolve it. I give people a chance to bid for the name.
Yeah.
So it's pretty fun to do. So.
Yeah, so anyone who wants to have the ability to name my Applin, then donate. Currently, Jacob donated £2 British pounds, so anyone who donates more than
cool.
that, you've got a chance of naming it. So, why don't you turn auto send to boxes? Because it's for me, it's easier anyway to just continually swap them out in my party. So.
I'm actually gonna have to get up here in just a moment because last night my fire alarm went off and it was only us, and it's been like that all night. And I don't know if you guys can hear that very short beep.
I heard
It's like-
that, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna turn that off again. I don't know what that's all about. Hang on 1 second. Oof! Actually, I forgot too. I need to put up my counter thing.
Yeah, I've got 2 counters up. It's really hard to juggle between them, but I think I can manage.
Let me. Oh, I'm gonna buy you some time here. All right, let me
Swap.
reset this.
Put my it's a colossal, not a carcol. My mistake.
Go all the way down to 0. This is gonna take a couple minutes.
I have 54 hours in this game. Wow. Oh, and
know
I
how
just
many-
hatched another. As soon as I unpause the game, it hatches. So
You wanna know how many I have? It's embarrassing. 205 hours.
Oh, there's nothing embarrassing about that.
I know.
I put in like what 20 into my Wooloo, like 18. So that plus this 54 is already 70. So yeah.
How many of you hatched right now? 4?
That was number 3.
Okay, so we'll be about even once I get up, turn that off, and fix my counter here.
Yeah.
I knew I forgot to do something. The counter, that makes sense. All right, so none of my first batch were shinies, but that's
I'm not
expected.
doing that typhoon. I'm doing it my way. I think that my way is better, and even if it's not, this is what I'm used to. And honestly, the less complication I have when I'm needing to literally play 2 games at once, the better.
That's very true. Like, keep in mind, he's doing multiple things.
Yeah. Crystal has 200 hours, but she's been shiny hunting. She's gotten so many shinies already. She got, what, a Ralts and then an Oddish the next day. So, yeah.
Yeah, shiny hunt really, like, pads the hours. Where the heck are all my eggs? I don't know where all my eggs are. But I need to get up and I need to turn that alarm off real quick because that's just not going to stop.
Ah, did not mean to go inside. But man, oh, and she got a sobble today. Interesting.
Okay, I got it.
All right.
You heard that louder, longer beep. That was when I pushed the button.
Okay.
And then I think I can speak for Skull as well too. If you're watching us and supporting this race, we appreciate you. So
Yeah,
thank you
absolutely.
very much.
I appreciate you guys sitting through that ad I just played. So while my internet was out, or my power was out, I still had cell service. So I decided to start That Darn Cat on Disney Plus. The
Which
original,
one, though?
the one from the
Okay,
'60s, the original
original?
one. Yeah, I've never seen it actually. So
I think I did when I was a kid, but it's been so long.
I only got maybe 10 minutes in, but already the premise is pretty good. So I'll probably finish watching it either tonight before I go to sleep, or more likely tomorrow after I've had a good night's sleep. So
I love like following you on Twitter because like you always remind me that there's a new Mandalorian.
every Friday there's going to be one this Friday, and then actually there's going to be one next Wednesday, because there will be a special preview for The Rise of Skywalker. So yeah,
which I imagine you're very pumped about, by the way.
Oh yeah, absolutely. People look very closely in my webcam, they'll be able to see my R2 back there. I finally have a car that allows me to take him places, so going to take him to see the film next week. And I'm going to do my absolute best to make sure to get a video made showing him off before then as well. So
I'm sorry, I cut off. I said when are you going to see it?
I'll be seeing it Thursday at 8 p.m. So
Nice.
December 19, 8 p.m. That was the first available IMAX showing.
Me too. That's actually my birthday, and I'm going Thursday at 7 p.m. So I'm literally doing a birthday stream and then yeeting out of here.
How about that? Oh,
Yeah.
man. That's going to be a very long day for me, because I got a friend coming in from Nebraska. He's going to fly in at around noon on the second airport south side of Houston, so it's like an hour and a half from my house. So I got to go pick him up. Then I need to come back, load up my droid, go to the theater, be there at like 5. So probably get some dinner beforehand. Got to be at the theater at 5 to do a troop as a stormtrooper, and bring my R2. And then the movie starts at 8. We'll be out by like 11:30 counting previews. So
Something like that. Do you think it's going to be a long one? We already know
it's going to be shorter than The Last Jedi, but not by much. So
I'm looking forward to it, man.
I am too. I'm really optimistic because I love
I
The
am
Force
too. I'm
Awakens. Force Awakens is my favorite Star Wars film. So the fact that it's the same director as that, I'm fairly confident.
How about you in the chat, guys? Anybody a Star Wars fan? Literally one of my mods right now is Lord Vader. So
Nice. So far, juggling all this isn't that hard, actually. I'm doing pretty well. The Applin are just hatching like crazy.
Oh yeah,
I'm up to 9 now.
I think I am too, actually. So we're about at the same pace after all my derping around.
This is the way. This is the way.
So I don't think I've asked you this, but now some time has passed, and
10.
now we've had a chance to beat it and so on and so forth. But still, for those, there's still people wanting to get it for Christmas, so still no spoiler alert. But overall, how would you rate this game?
9.5 out of 10. Like,
I mean, I kind of agree.
these are so good. Like, if there are any complaints whatsoever, I can't think of them. So I'm very happy.
Yeah, I think they did a really good job with it, to be honest.
No, I like the prequels as well, Epicness, because, I've been watching the Star Wars films in release order leading up to The Rise of Skywalker. I just watched episode 2 actually last night, and I was shocked at how much I enjoyed it, because I didn't remember it being, anything impressive. I guess I just let all the people bashing the prequels get to me, but I actually sat down and watched it uninterrupted without distractions, and when all was said and done, aside from the cheesy dialogue, which we all know is terrible, it actually was a solid film. The plot was pretty engaging. It was nice to see how much it actually added to the Star Wars lore, and when all was said and done, I didn't even mind Hayden Christensen's acting that much, which again I was not expecting. But cheesy dialogue, that's what ruins it for most people, and it is terrible. Lucas himself admitted that his dialogue is terrible, so
I'm so confused right now, because I was like, where the heck are all my eggs going? I know they're in my box, but I'm like, where in my box? What the heck? I'm just
doing a revolving door technique with my party.
In the meantime, on both ends, how is everybody doing?
There's somebody named Shiny Applin in my chat.
I got him too.
Nice.
Just in case you didn't know what he looks like, that's his profile picture.
Yes. Well, I mean, I have the graphic on my screen as well. Couldn't find an animated GIF of it beforehand, but oh well.
Hey, way to go, Time Jester. Yeah. So in the chat, if anybody's shiny to what do you think is your longest and shortest shiny hunt?
Well, my longest is this Latios. I've been after it for over a year.
What?
It's a long reset.
Do you have a counter for that?
It's at 885. I just did reset number 885. And remember, odds are 4,096. So I'm a little over 20% of the way. I'm not quite to 25%. What is 25%? 25%'s like 1,000. So yeah, it'll be a long time before I reach that.
Oh, jeez. This is the one disadvantage to the wild area. I got into a fight and then I can't really run away.
I like Route 5.
Oh, man.
Route 5 is so easy.
Oh my god.
My longest successful hunt, probably my shiny Zorua in Omega Ruby. I did Dex Nav and it took me about 5 months.
I just need to stay way over there. Yeah, for me, it was actually just recently my last one, which was Surfetched. Well, Farfetched, but yeah.
Yeah.
Took 2,051, and it took 39 hours, which is kind of a lot, but that's only because it's a low, percent encounter in the wild. It's like 5%, so I had to derp around and wait for it to spawn on top of, all the other stuff. But my shortest one currently is Dreepy, which that was without the shiny charm and only 262 eggs.
Very nice. I don't know what my shortest is. I've done a lot of stuff in Let's Go that was pretty short, but I don't know if that counts.
No, it doesn't. Let's Go doesn't exist.
Oh, I liked that game. I wouldn't call it a masterpiece or anything, but it was enjoyable enough. It was nice to hold us over until these games came out.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, nice. The Suda Method Furfru 13th egg was shiny. Oh wait, no, 12 egg was shiny and 13th was also shiny. Apparently.
I hope you're not talking about you.
No. Player 0.
Okay, because that's roughly around where we're at. 12th and 13th. I'm like, wait a minute, what?
Well, I just hatched number 15.
Okay. I'm about to be hatching number 14. That fight put me behind a bit. So, did you watch the State of Play or the indie?
I saw the highlights afterwards on Twitter. The Nindy showcase. The only things that really caught my attention were Axiom Verge 2, just because I actually know what Axiom Verge is, and Sports Story. That was pretty much it.
Not Skatebird.
I saw everyone else freaking out about it, but it's sort of like Untitled Goose Game. Everyone loves it, but I don't see the appeal.
It's just a bird. It's cute.
Yeah.
It's got cute appeal.
You okay?
Who, me?
Did you get a shiny?
No.
I heard you slam your desk, and I thought, like, whoa, that was fast.
No, I had thoughts of Wooloos, which make me mad. So I'm just kidding. Although I did say if the state of play was going to focus on VR, I would buy a $25 Wooloo plush and punch it.
So I guess you got to buy a $25 Wooloo plush and punch it.
No, they didn't focus on VR.
Oh, I'm sure. Like, I remember, like, there was the trailer for the Kingdom Hearts 3 DLC. And then the state of play ended with the announcement that there will be a trailer for Ghost of Tsushima at Game Awards.
That was kind of dumb.
Like,
I don't
yeah,
get that
Sony
at all.
really wants to be Nintendo, but they don't have a clue what they're doing.
Yeah, I think they kind of dropped the ball.
They're terrible with their state of plays. Like, their first state of play I actually thought was promising for 5 minutes. And then it ended, and I'm like, never mind.
Excuse me. Yeah, no, I know. It wasn't the worst one today, but it definitely, it wasn't the best.
And then the second state of play was good, but only because that's when we finally learned information about Final Fantasy VII. Like, if it wasn't for that, it would have sucked. And then the most recent one sucked, so...
Well, wasn't there a third one or something? What was the one that was like nothing but VR games? I think that was the worst one. For me, at least,
that was the one I was
VR.
thinking when I said most recent. So the one before today's.
Okay, yeah. No, the most recent one was like straight up VR, and I was like, "Are you serious right now?"
It's terrible.
But I know a lot of people out there do enjoy VRs. That's good for them. But
if I had a PSVR, I might enjoy it, but I don't. And like, I know for a fact the PS5 will feature VR support, so maybe I'll just wait until then to get one so that the technology's better. PSVR is like the poor man's version of VR. Like, if I could choose a VR platform, I would choose HTC Vive. It's really expensive, and for some reason it hasn't gone on sale even once since it released. But my computer could run it, and like, it just changes your room. Like, the room that you set the VR in, it changes it into like an actual place that transcodes into the game perfectly. So like, in the game, all the obstacles that you would otherwise walk into are there, so you know to avoid them, but otherwise you got free roam for like up to 20 square feet or something like that. It's pretty big.
Free roam.
Should you shiny hunt in Ultra Moon? That's up to you. It's totally up to you. I'm not going to tell you guys what to or to not shiny hunt.
Yeah, no, it's you know, it's a numbers game. It's about luck. I mean, you know, there's people out there that don't have the shiny charm. They get full-blown odds. The funniest case of someone that I actually like know or have at least collaborated with is Misclick. I'm sure you heard, right? Like, she didn't even have the shiny charm, and she was not even shiny hunting or anything. She was just breeding, I think, for like just comp, stats. And so she, after like 8 eggs, she got a shiny Delmise or whatever that anchor one is.
Yeah,
Delmise. And then that was her first ever shiny, and she's like, I wasn't even trying, and I never gotten a shiny before. And then right after that, she's derping around, and she got like within like 20 eggs, like a shiny dino.
Wow.
And I'm like, are you serious right now? Come on now, what?
Toby Fox's very first Pokemon that he encountered in these games after he got his Pokeballs was a shiny. Like, I think it was a Squovit. I think his very first wild Pokemon that he had access to catching was a shiny Squovit.
Oh man. And then Sagasi is right, like Failboat was like hunting something else. I forgot what it was. It may have been like a Wooloo or something, but then he accidentally bumped into like, a Rookidee, and it was instantly shiny.
I remember seeing that, yeah.
And I'm like, meanwhile there's me 39 hours into the Farfetch'd.
Yeah. I mean, I was doing my Wooloo challenge, and I did get 2 by the end of it. Unfortunately, one of them was highlighted as I was talking about flat earthers, so that was fun.
Oh man.
Watch me get a shiny right now, and that'll be the highlight, me talking about
flat earthers.
And then there's Jay Witz.
I used to watch him all the time. So he's been doing shiny hunts?
He was shiny hunting for Wooloo day 1 because he heard that if you chain wild Wooloo, then your odds go down to 512. Turns out that's incorrect, and he didn't know it at the time. So, so he literally was doing full odds hunting with like maybe a marginal increase in chances for like, I think a week. I think like he didn't get his shiny until after I started my Wooloo challenge, and I started my Wooloo challenge on Wednesday, so like, yeah, it was close to a week that he was hunting for the stupid thing. He even got the game a day early by downloading it from the Australian eShop.
Oh no.
And like, he was there for, I think, literally 5 days before he finally got it after over 5,000. That's all I remember, so.
It's over 5,000!
What are your thoughts on the theory that the Earth is a cube? Huh. Funny.
Oh no.
Nah. Yeah, I'm the wrong person to talk about conspiracy theories, man. I'm the opposite of who you want to talk to, okay? Especially, like, the Earth is flat sort of things. I have seen rockets launch out of Florida, including one with people on board. I have talked with many astronauts. I go down to NASA regularly and get to go behind the scenes and see stuff that members of the public are never going to be able to see. So yeah, if you come up to me and say, do you think the Earth is flat, I'm probably going to laugh at you loud and hard and then shove you out the door.
The Earth is a Pokeball? That's funny.
I mean,
we're all caught.
I've seen that intro to those Pokemon movies where it's a Pokeball and then it just morphs into the Earth.
Oh man. Yeah. No, I have no thought about that. The closest I ever got to talking about that was, someone was asking about, like, who I stood for, like Pearl or Marina, and I was like, well, let's put it this way. I don't care what the theme would have been for the final one. I don't even care if it was flat Earth versus, round Earth. I would have chosen Pearl's side, even if she chose flat Earth.
I feel like Marina could potentially have chosen, like, she could have stood for flat Earth just because of, like, knowing that, like, most of her life as an Octoling, she did live underground and she thought that was all there was. So then finally coming to the surface and finding out there is more, maybe she would think that the Earth was flat just because that's all she knew. So, like, in that case, it's understandable. Like, what I can't stand is the people who just, I don't know, they just, do they disagree because they feel like disagreeing? Do they genuinely believe it? Like, I just don't understand these people. So.
Oh, man. Is anybody in the chat currently shiny honey on the side? And if so, what are you going after?
Oh, on the side, I'm going for Latios, of course.
Are you going to do anything next after this, like by yourself with Sword and Shield, as far as shiny hunts go?
I probably will. I would love a shiny Zigzagoon, or a shiny Nickit. I saw what a shiny Nickit looks like for the very first time today. It looks gorgeous. So I probably will shiny hunt in the future. I got 90 people watching right now, so obviously the interest is there, which I would not have guessed. So.
Oh yeah, no, I got 50 something. It's shiny hunting it's a different kind of stream. It's very chill.
Well, I shiny hunt on Twitch all the time, and I'm lucky if I peak over 15 viewers. So this is nice, especially since I can play an ad and get some money out of it, which is good because YouTube sucks. So
let's see. What are you at? I'm at 23.
I'm at 888. Also 28.
28? Wow, you're ahead of me suddenly.
Yeah, I'm definitively ahead of you. I think I am hatching eggs a little faster than you.
That's interesting.
I don't know what I'm doing differently. Like, I told you my setup is Flame Body Pokemon, Oval Charm, Shiny Charm, Route 5 with a bike. So, I don't know. Maybe me going in straight lines like this on the route makes it go a little faster or something. I don't know. Oh,
maybe.
Somebody's looking for a shiny Onix in my chat.
Oh, cool.
I have a friend who's searching for a shiny Onix. She wants a shiny Aegislash for her competitive teams, so.
Oh, really?
Those shinies look nice. Shiny Aegislash is like a beautiful black shield, so. Really cool.
That was 25. I'm at 25.
What if the Earth was shaped like a hand doing the OK sign? It sounds like I don't know. It sounds like something from Xenoblade Chronicles.
Here we go. Alright, got my next batch to hatch. Hatch a batch.
Oh, that might be another thing I'm doing differently. I'm not doing batches, I'm doing the revolving door. So, like, when I pick up eggs, I replace a hatched Applin in my party.
Gotcha.
Instead of sending them straight to the box.
That might be it.
That might be it. I feel like that would save some time.
But yeah, no, I'm so excited for Disney Plus, but there are a few omissions that got me off guard. Like, there's no original Brave Little Toaster, but they have the sequels.
Yeah, well, actually, Brave Little Toaster was not produced by Disney. They just distributed it.
I know, and it's kind of weird that like they still haven't, as big as they are, haven't like obtained the rights or anything.
Well,
like
it
that.
It wasn't Touchstone. Who was? It was like an independent animation company. So, yeah, I know Brave Little Toaster isn't there. I looked up. Funny enough, like I was interested in the Lone Ranger, the new one, and I was like,
yeah.
You know what? I never seen it. I want to give it a chance. But then I check and there's a listing for it, but it's not going to be available until 21.
There's a lot of them that like 2020, 2021.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what?
Well, I mean, I have them on my watch list, so when they are available, I'll watch them. But yeah, there are a few omissions, and then there's some that just catch me like, why is this here? Like like the big one is the Black Cauldron. Disney's been trying to pretend that doesn't exist for the last 20 years. But it's available, and it's available in full HD, like Blu-ray quality.
Oh man.
For any of you who haven't seen the Black Cauldron, it's pretty much the very first time Disney ever went dark. And like they had to literally cut out pieces of the finished film. So like go into the film reel with scissors. They literally had to cut out like 5 minutes of finished film to avoid an R rating, and this was an animated film. That's how dark it is.
Oh man. Yeah, no, it was like their like Lord of the Rings-esque adventure.
Yeah. For what it's worth, I wouldn't call it a bad film, but it's not good either. In my opinion. So anyway, but yeah, like the fact that that's there, I was shocked about that. But yeah, no, like there's some that aren't on Disney Plus that I'm sure will be there someday. There's some that I think we know full well will never be there. Song of the South.
Yeah. Well, another one I'm hoping for is Angels in the Outfield.
That's already there, isn't it?
No.
It's not?
No.
No way. Really?
Yeah, or any of those. Like, there was Angels in the Infield and all that crap, and none of them are in there.
Really? Wow. That is shocking. I have to actually, like, set this down and look this up right now. Can my phone... Okay, my phone just froze, so that was a waste of time.
Oof. I just say, now I'm really confused where my eggs are.
I swear Angels in the Outfield was there, wasn't it?
No.
That's a shock.
Yeah.
That is a shock. That was like a kid-friendly Disney film in the 90s. I remember it very well. Oh, you know what? I'm thinking of Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, Rookie of the Year's on there.
Yeah, okay. That one I knew for sure was there. That's why I got them mixed up. Baseball was really big in the 90s, people, okay? So was basketball. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no, oh, no, oh, no.
What?
Oh, my 3DS is frozen.
Uh-oh.
Nothing's happening. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. 3DS is not working, people.
Oh, no.
Let's do a hard reset of that system. Never had that happen before, ever. At least it was the 3DS and not the Switch, I guess. The good news is that doesn't affect my odds for Latios. It's generated every time I start the game, whether it's a shiny or not, so... But... Wow. That's never happened to me before.
Is everything gonna be okay over there? You holding up?
Opening up Omega Ruby again. And I'm up to 35 on Applin.
You're on 35. I'm on 30, but I'm about to like hatch a batch.
Okay, game seems to be loading just fine now, I think. Yeah, okay. Continuing on like nothing happened.
Moving on.
Got Breath of the Wild in 2018 January, still haven't finished it. That's perfectly okay. That is the sort of game where you can take your time finishing it. As long as you're immersed in the game having fun, that's what matters, right?
That is what matters.
I really hope that Breath of the Wild 2 comes out next year, 2020.
It's possible.
I know it's possible. Is it likely? I don't know, but I hope so.
You think they'll cover it on the Game Awards?
No. Knowing Nintendo Game Awards is just going to be another trailer for Xenoblade Chronicles. Like the game that we know for a fact. Well, actually, no. Knowing Nintendo, it'll be another trailer for Tokyo Mirage Sessions. Like a game that is coming out next month. You want to know more about that game, don't you? Not the one that we barely teased 8 months ago. You don't want to know anything about that. So, and 2017 was so promising for them, and then they just gone back to their old ways. So disappointing. Now we'll never know if that Latios was shiny or not. You're right, we won't.
No. So you're not going to do that one anymore today?
No, I'm doing it, but like I had just reset the game when it froze, so we'll never know if that reset was a shiny.
Well, what are the odds?
4,096.
Busy couple weeks with like the Game Awards and all that stuff. And
yeah,
then,
everyone, like, my Discord server is just full of people asking me, are you going to stream it? Are you going to record a reaction to it? And, like, last year I definitely would have. This year, I'm not at all interested. Like, everyone knows Death Stranding is going to sweep, so why bother?
Well, I think the part of the appeal, well, for a lot of people, me included, like, I could care less about the awards. It's more about what they show. You know, like maybe the sneak peeks, possibly.
I guess.
Because we still don't really know anything about what's coming out, really, except for Animal Crossing and then, you know, maybe a few PlayStation games here and there. But, like, we still are vastly unsure about 2020's lineup of games. So, you know, this is their chance to be like, hey, by the way, this is coming out next year.
Yeah.
So.
It's just, like, I don't know. It's not something I'm that interested in. Like, last year, definitely. Last year, there was a lot of stuff that happened, and I thought, man, I wish I was streaming that. But this year, like, nothing really sticks out to me as something that I'd be interested in. Like, it's not been a strong year for gaming this entire year. It's pretty obvious that Microsoft and Sony are getting ready for their next-gen consoles next year, and that Nintendo, God knows what they're thinking over there.
Yeah, I was actually just about to talk about that with Skull, and I forgot about it. Thanks for reminding me, Carson. Yeah, so did you see that new Ghostbusters trailer?
No, I didn't. I'm not a Ghostbusters fan.
But it's actually really good. It looks like they're taking a much darker turn. It's a lot more comedic. Like, it looks like they're actually trying to take it seriously. So it actually looked really good.
I don't know. I'm just not a Ghostbusters fan. I'm sorry if that disappoints people. It's just
oh no.
I do not care about that. Like, if it's a fun film people enjoy, great. But I have no interest. Sorry.
Well, you know, you're younger than me. It's definitely a boomer thing. So.
I did watch the original Ghostbusters on, I'd like to say, Netflix 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And the only thing that really made me laugh was that whole joke that Bill Murray's character said. Is what he said true? It's true, sir. And then what he said after that. That's the only time I actually laughed. So
I think Bill Murray's character in that is great. Like,
well, it's hard for Bill Murray to not be great in whatever he does, frankly, but
He's got that awkward charm. Speaking of which, speaking of awkward charm, I love the world
Goldblum.
according to Jeff Goldblum.
Yes.
Yeah.
See,
It's
that's
so good.
great. That's great. I love that. Like, all the reviews are like, if you don't like Jeff Goldblum, you probably won't like it. And I'm like, yeah, but I like him, so it's all good. he's great.
It's funny.
Did you see, like, the latest episode was on barbecue, and I just love that, like, these episodes are all about things that you just take for granted exist and you don't question it, but he goes so deep into it all, and it's so informative, and it's so entertaining in a way that only he can make it. I love that. I really hope it gets renewed for a second season.
I hope so too. That'd be really cool. I think Mandalorian is already renewed as well for a second.
Yeah, that's already, like, they're already working on, I think the scripts are done, so they're probably going to start production here soon.
Well, they need to stop it and produce and release Obi-Wan. I'm way more interested in that.
Obi-Wan is the lowest on their priorities right now. They want to.
Oh my god.
Next up will be the Rogue One prequels, which I'm looking forward to just because Alan Tudyk is freaking gold. So K2S, so like, there's no way, like, that show will be so funny. I know it won't be a comedy, but it'll be great. So. And then, of course, the Obi-Wan series. Yeah, definitely looking forward to that. So glad that Ewan McGregor's coming back.
I've heard rumor that they are considering. Again, this internet rumors, they all are taken with a grain of salt. But Disney is considering doing what a lot of us want, and giving us a Mace Windu series, meaning that he could have arguably survived.
I kind of don't want him to. Frankly, I just
some people do, some people don't.
I know.
So like, but like if they did that, that probably almost confirms like that he's alive, because I would imagine it would be like not a prequel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But who knows? Who knows?
The director of Endgame is working on a Star Wars movie. No. Joe and Anthony Russo, they're great guys. They're great directors, but I think I would have heard if they were working on Star Wars in any capacity. I know that what you might be thinking of is Kevin Feige, the producer of Endgame. He is working on a Star Wars project, and if I were a betting man, I would say that next month, January, they will announce that he will be making the next Star Wars film, the one that releases in 2022. That's my bet. But yeah, I'll tell you somebody, a director of a Marvel film who is directing Star Wars, Taika Waititi. He directed an episode of The Mandalorian, the season finale of The Mandalorian, which hasn't come out yet. And he was actually in The Mandalorian. In the first episode, he was the assassin droid. I will now self-destruct. That guy. So he directed Thor Ragnarok, and he's also in Avengers Endgame. He's Korg. So what are you in it for? Well, tried to start a revolution, but didn't hand out enough pamphlets, so hardly anyone showed up, except my mum and her boyfriend, who I hate. So yeah, I love that guy so much. Like, the fact that he's also directing Thor: Love and Thunder, so Thor 4, like, that's probably the MCU film I'm looking forward to the most so far, just because he's directing it. That's literally the only thing. That's so awesome.
It's gonna be cool.
Yeah,
I think. I'm pumped to see what Disney and Disney Plus pump out.
Disney Plus is going to offer so much for people. So, like, I don't know if you've seen Noelle, the Christmas movie.
No.
Okay, well, if Disney greenlights projects like that for Disney Plus, then I'm pretty excited, because you wouldn't need a big budget, so you wouldn't have a high risk, and then you wouldn't have to worry about making your money back either, because it's split from Disney Plus profits, and there's like 20 million people who have Disney Plus accounts right now. That's before Christmas. So,
oh, that's true.
So I know I'm gifting it to my sister for Christmas, a full year. So, like,
plus I'm seeing a lot of things that were offered on Black Friday and Cyber Monday, like TVs and stuff that came with like 3 months of Disney Plus.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Like, you know.
So they know that people will watch it if it's on Disney Plus. So I think with that in mind, they'll be more interested in greenlighting smaller projects that they won't have to worry about making their money back at the box office because they know people will just watch it on Disney Plus. So
Right.
that's exciting because that could get creative juices flowing. So you can get all those remakes and sequels in the theaters that everyone complains about. There's no originality in Hollywood. But then you get all the original stuff on Disney Plus with a much lower budget and know that the audience will be there and watch it because they already have the service. So it's free. All it needs is just an hour or two of their time. And that's so exciting for me.
Right.
Up to 50 eggs almost.
I'm at 41. Oof. And then pretty soon, I don't have quite as many empty boxes too, so pretty soon I'm going to probably be releasing a lot more frequently.
Yeah,
so.
Home Alone 1 and 2 are on Disney Plus. Home Alone 3 is on Disney Plus. I do not recommend you watch that one. I mean, of all of the post Home Alone 2 films, it's probably the best, but 1 is easily the best Home Alone. 2 is at least watchable. It's at least entertaining. So there's that. Cameo by our president in the film. So anyway, no, but like Disney has said that they want to make they want to remake or make series based off. I can't remember which one it is. But Home Alone and Night at the Museum. Can you imagine a Night at the Museum series on Disney Plus? Like even if it's
a reboot?
Yeah, even if it's not like in the same universe, if it's a different continuity, even if like a series with the Night at Museum universe, that would be great because you could do a lot with that. The world is built. You just got to take advantage of it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, the shiny looks so basically like Applin is like a red apple, but when you turn it into shiny, it's basically a green apple. It's actually one of the cleverer shiny schemes, I think.
Yeah, I'm looking at the shiny right now on my screen. It's a clever shiny. Yeah. I was just thinking today, how do they determine what a shiny looks like? I know with Gen 2, essentially, Red Gyarados was the only one they planned, and then everything else they just had the color palette defaultly swap inside the engine because they didn't have the room inside the Game Boy cartridge to program each shiny individually to be special. So I know that for essentially 250 out of 251 Pokemon in Gen 2, it was literally randomized what the shiny would look like.
So there was like no real thought put into it.
Yeah, except for Red Gyarados, but that was story driven. Gen 3, I'd like to say it was similar. I think Gen 4 was the first time they were actually able to choose the palettes of every single Pokemon. And now we're into Gen 8, you know, and I wonder how they do it now. Like, do they think of what the shiny would look like as they design each Pokemon? I doubt it. It's interesting to think about. I wonder what goes on over there.
Well, yeah, they have some clever ones. I like the Black Sheep Wooloo, and I like...
Black Sheep Wooloo is like, yeah. Like, I think all of us were like, if it's not a black sheep, we'll riot. So, it was.
I mean, that's very clever, though, like the old new nursery rhyme. So, I'm not a fan of Wooloo, but I like their shot. I think it's clever. Also, thank you, Faded, for that $5 holla. Or Apple Bottom, as the name.
Oh, yeah. Sit through that ad, sheep. I still have 70 people watching. Wow, there is actually interest in watching this. This is awesome.
That's great, man. GG. Yeah, no, I love Shiny Hunting, man. It's definitely a different type of stream. Very chill. And guys, on both ends, don't forget to leave a like. Actually, wait a minute. What am I doing? Okay, I just want to make sure sometimes I forget if I swapped out the eggs or not. Well, we're both creeping up towards the hundreds. So, place your bets. When do you think we're going to hatch it? And again, for those that are just tuning in, we both have the shiny charm, we both have the oval charm, we both have flame body Pokemon.
But I am hatching way faster.
Yeah. Oof.
Will you do streams with fans or no? Luis, what I try and do every Monday, I failed yesterday because I was so tired, but I'm trying to do max raid Mondays here on my channel, which allows for you to do max raids with me. So, yeah, I'm trying to do that every single Monday as often as I can. And then there will probably... I'll try and do other things as well in these games with fans. I'm having a hard time thinking of what else I can do that would be easy for people to join in and do. I'll figure something out, though.
Hey, thank you, Slayer.
Nate's at 900 grubbin hatched. Good luck. I know Crystal was at like 900 when she finally got her shiny Sobble, so good luck.
Oh, so she got it. That's right. She did say she was on her second.
Yeah. I think that was her third shiny overall. So she's gotten more shinies than I have. But I haven't been looking for them. I've been working on my Pokédex, my living dex now. And then I've just sort of taken a break from the past few days. I want to keep playing this game, though. Like, I do not want to quit, but I just wanted to, you know, rest so I didn't burn myself out.
No, it's so much fun. Like, it is such a good game. To all the naysayers, they can kiss my...
Yeah. No. I know people will say that is inherently bad because half the Pokédex isn't in the game. You know, I'm not going to deny that that is a valid feeling to have. Like, if your favorite Pokemon isn't in this game, then I understand if you're disappointed. But you got to look past that. There are 890 Pokemon in existence now. Odds were they had to do this sometime or another, in some capacity or another. So, that aside, you got to look at the rest of the game, and looking at the rest of the game, I love it. It's just a really solid, fun experience.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, I still haven't played Gen 5 or 6, but I currently rate this in my top 3. Gen 2, Gen 4, Gen 8.
My 3DS just froze again.
Oh, no!
It only happens during resets when it's loading into a new game. Or, not into a new game, but when it's loading into the game after I have soft reset. Like, you get the title screen, you hit A, then you get the continue screen, you hit A, and then it loads, and then it freezes. So my character is just standing there, like, stuck like a statue, like a weeping angel. And maybe I should just rest my 3DS for a while.
Give it a wee rest.
Yeah. That's so disappointing. I'm almost up to 900 resets. If I was at 900 flat, I wouldn't even want to continue, but I'm at 894.
You gotta get it to 900 at least.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm so behind. I'm like multitasking all over the place right now. I'm only at 50.
That was number 58.
Ah!
Something wrong with the 3DS? I don't know what's wrong, Crystal. That's the second time tonight that it's done that, so I hope nothing's wrong with it because I don't have another 3DS with a capture card and they don't make them anymore. There's that law in Japan now where it's illegal to modify your console. So that means 3DS capture cards can't be made in Japan anymore, and that's where most of them were made. So
I was about to say, like, what were the alternatives before? I never really heard of like a European modder.
Well, I mean, US was Loopy, but he hasn't been doing this in forever. So, and it uses a completely different kind of software. So, yeah, no, and I don't have money to buy another one. They've gone up.
They're
like
expensive.
They're like $750 now, something like that.
That's horrible.
Well, no one needs them. So no one makes them, so if you want one, better dish out dough. Supply and demand. There's hardly any supply. I'd be shocked if there were 100 3DS capture cards on the market right now.
Well, it's kind of died down too because, you know...
Yeah, the Switch is out.
Yeah, they're not my games for it anymore. But I mean, I have a feeling, eventually in a couple years, maybe it'll be a good retro market. Like, people want to.
Oh, shoot. No, I just swapped out an egg for an egg. No big deal. This gives me a chance to make sure that my numbering is correct. Okay, actually, this will be number 59, the next one that hatches, but otherwise my numbering was pretty close. Okay, that's 59. Do not up the counter. My 3DS has never crashed before, ever, and now it just did it twice in one day. That is so worrying.
That is a bit weird. And that's your modded unit, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's been trooping since 2014. 2015? One of those. I still have the highlight on my channel somewhere where somebody donated enough for me to buy it. $300 all in one go.
That's insane.
It was. I had to make a highlight of it. I had to, like, I just fainted. I actually almost did faint from it. Okay, number 60. I got 2 full boxes of Applin now.
Oh no! I'm at 52.
Does putting Flame Body at the end of your party affect the catch rate? No, as long as Flame Body is in your party at all, then the hatch rate will go up.
Yeah, I've seen people say it's got to be at the front of the party, it's got to be the bottom, but like it doesn't matter. It's what it is. Like as long as it has Flame Body.
Like mine is at the end of my party, and it seems to be going just fine. So yeah.
Yeah.
It was in the 2015 highlights. Okay, so I've had this capture card since 2015. It's been trooping for...
That's a long time.
For 4 full years. And this is Katsukity,
Yeah.
which I've heard does have problems, so maybe it is going out, and it's just lasted a little longer than it should have for me, but I don't know. It only crashes at specific instances, so maybe if I don't do too many inputs at that point of time, then I'll be fine, maybe.
And again, a little bit of a broken record here, but if you're watching both Skull and myself, thank you so much for joining us here tonight.
Leave a
this
like.
Is a shiny race. Yeah, don't forget to leave a like. We are both going after the Gen 8 new exclusive Pokemon, Applin, which is actually a grass dragon, and he has 2 evolutions. It's supposed to be like he evolves one way in Shield and another way in Sword, but if you trade items between games, it doesn't matter. But yeah, no. So he's got 2 evolution types. And it's gonna be a lot of fun to see which one of us gets it first.
So my entire time, essentially, I've had more hatched Applin in my party than eggs.
What?
They're hatching faster than I could pick up new eggs.
They're speedy, that's for sure.
That was number 62.
I'm about to be on 56.
You love the background on my 3DS? Thank you. I literally bought maybe 50 backgrounds, like home screen themes for my 3DS, and I just have them rotating between my 10 favorites. Man, I wish they would add home themes to the Switch. Why haven't they yet?
You know what that is? That would be a cool idea. You know what? You know what's even better than that? How about adding Netflix or Disney Plus?
I would be happy with Disney Plus.
I actually do think they're planning on doing that. But I haven't heard any. I've heard more about Disney Plus coming to Switch than I have Netflix coming to Switch.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. Maybe it's like a parental concern or something. To want your kids to get Netflix and then watch the Frozen that's not the animated one. That's not a joke, people. There is a not animated Frozen, and it is not for kids.
Oof. So what was one cool thing that you picked up for Black Friday or Cyber Monday?
I got a few Best Buy games on Cyber Monday. I didn't actually do anything for Black Friday itself.
I think I've only ever been out willingly as an adult. I think I may have went accidentally as a kid.
I went twice. Previous 2 years.
Yeah, me too. That was it.
I did Black Friday 2017. I got the Ocarina of Time 2DS, which was a Best Buy Black Friday exclusive. And I got a few Switch games that I was missing at that point because I was going for a complete Switch set. and there were like 10 games I was missing. Thanks to Black Friday, I got 4 of them for like, I'd like to say $75 total. And then last year I went just for the sake of going to see if there was anything interesting. There wasn't. I don't think I bought anything. I might have bought a Switch game or two, but I doubt it. And that was it for last year. This year I didn't even bother going. I was having too much fun with my family. Thanksgiving.
Well, that's good at least. Because you're having a good time.
Yeah.
Oh, man. What's going on, zombies? Another great YouTuber in the chat. Yeah, no, but I'm definitely digging the shiny vibes. I think it's really neat. One of the cooler things about Sword and Shield is there is a larger number of people that are now starting to get into it, rather than just handheld players.
Yeah.
And so now they're getting more exposure to like the shiny aspect of things, and it's pretty kind of cool to see just more people getting interested in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, both Bald and I are doing a thing where you get to bid on what you want the shiny Applin to be named if we were to get it. So, yeah, if you want to have the opportunity to nickname shiny Applin, then go ahead and donate. And whoever donates the most will get the opportunity to nickname.
Where are you at right now?
65.
65? I'm thinking about to be at 60. But I think I'm slowly catching up. Maybe.
Well, me having to manhandle my 3DS probably slowed me down a little.
It's okay, I'm gonna have to release.
It's funny, it's getting to be it's getting to be twilight in both games. It's so funny to look at. Because the sun set 2 freaking hours ago here. But in game, it's like sunset time. So I think the sun sets fully in these games at 8
p.m.
Yeah, 8,
yeah.
So
8 p.m. which is actually really late for the sun to set. Beep, beep, beep. No, I actually courtesy of my loving and adoring fans, thank you very much, I was actually able to pick up a 4K TV, which still counts as a business expense because that's pretty much what I'm going to use my my PlayStation 5 on, which I know is going to be, I think it's just standard going to work with 4K.
Yeah,
so.
no, I'd be shocked. They said that they're trying to push the PS5 and Xbox Scarlet to both support up to 8K 120 frames per second.
Right.
Which I doubt.
That's crazy.
I doubt anything will ever be released that can do that aside from tech demos. But for gaming, I think 4K 60 will be easily doable with a lot of games. So, yeah, I'm my computer monitor that I'm using here. I have a 4K monitor, and I gotta say, playing Red Dead Redemption 2 on an Xbox One X on this thing, it just looks so amazing, like so good. And this is also what I've been using to watch the Star Wars films leading up to the Rise of Skywalker. On Disney Plus, they're all in 4K resolution.
I was wondering because they have a category that says Ultra HD, but it only included like so many things. But
yeah,
Star Wars are in 4K.
That is 4K. Ultra HD is 4K.
Nice.
And it's so good. This monitor does not have HDR, unfortunately, so I can't take full advantage of 4K stuff. But pixel-wise alone, I've been using this monitor long enough that I can actually tell the difference between 1080p and 4K. But to be fair, I'm also sitting maybe only a foot and a half away from it at all times. So.
Yeah, I use a 55-inch TV, and I'm about like 3 feet away, so it's nice. It gets the job.
No, I would love a 4K television, like a dedicated television, but the kind that I want is an OLED screen, and I think Black Friday this year, the cheapest ones finally got down to below $1,000. So that's going to be a long while before I get one of those.
Yeah, they were still kind of expensive for OLED. But.
Yeah, that technology is not getting cheaper, at least not as fast as people assumed. So maybe in a few years it'll be cheap enough that I'll be able to buy one for like maybe $500-600. But until then, I'm happy with a 48-inch HD TV in the living room that I hardly use, and this 4K monitor I use in here, and I've got a 32-inch HD TV that I use for my retro games with an upscaler, and they look so good. So I'm not complaining.
Streaming is expensive, man.
It is.
You want to get it right.
At one point, 8 years ago, you could have done a YouTube channel with just whatever you had lying around at your house and maybe a few other things, but you can't do that now. You have to make it look as professional as possible. Like, I was looking back at when I streamed Pokemon Blue in one day from beginning to end, and I'm just wondering how I thought that was okay. It was like a 480p stream, and I was using my webcam's built-in microphone, and I sounded terrible, and the stream looked terrible, and at the time, I thought, this is the best I can do, so it's okay. And that was like 2 years ago, I think, so, man, that did not go well.
Hey, Octoling Hacker, thank you so much. GG. No, yeah, but no, I think, doggone, I didn't mean to hit that button. Stupid camp. I think, it's just a bunch of apples. I think, yeah, it was like a thing called like the Dazzler or something. Dazzle. It was like a recording device that you could use on like, composite video or something back in the day. But now it's like different. You gotta have like an Elgato.
Yeah. No, I do have my stuff set up that I can stream anything at any time or record. With like the press of a few buttons, but it took a lot of time to get to this point. So, for older stuff, I actually do still have my old Elgato just so I can record that composite stuff. But everything else, I use this new one that can do 60. So, you need a very specific capture card if you want to capture composite and 60, and I don't want one, so I'll just do composite and 30. That's fine.
Tell me what you think of this great idea that I had. Okay, so I was watching the Nindies, and they talked about Streets of Rage 4, which I told my viewers, I was like, hey, well, that's Streets of Rage was the thing back in the day.
Streets of Rage? Really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're doing Streets of Rage 4.
Well, let's hope they don't screw it up.
Hey, you never know. And then also, what is it called? Oddworld Strangler's Wrath or something?
Another Oddworld. Awesome. Can't have too many of those, am I right?
Well, it's a remake.
Oh.
So, I mean, not a remake, but it's a remaster. Or, no, it's a remake. Yeah, it's the same thing, but they're just remastering it.
Okay. Okay. So they're redoing it.
Right. But, so then I had this idea. I was like, you know what? Why don't they, they have the PlayStation Greatest Hits or, Nintendo Selects. How about Boomer Classics? They can make that the headline. Oh, man, this is a Boomer Classic.
Yeah, right, I know. Atari on Twitter has been appealing to the boomers.
Oh, yeah.
What was your very first Atari game? Yeah, because people who use social media are going to be the ones responding to that question. I was really tempted to reply to that. My very first Atari game was E.T. I got it Christmas 1982. Oh, no. How do you think I liked it, Atari? I'm not even kidding. I actually own that game. I own a copy of that game for the Atari 2600. I have played that copy of the game. Had no idea what I was doing. I think I made some progress at one point.
Perhaps. A lot of those games are like fairly cryptic.
Yeah.
Like, you have to have
you need like an owner's manual. You need that's the stuff that Schoolyard rumors are made out of, though. Like, if a lot of you and your friends own the same game, then you start exchanging secrets. I heard that you can do this. And then that evening you go home and you try it. And then the next day you go back to your friends and say, yeah, it worked, or no, it didn't work. How do you do that? So, Pokemon rumors especially, that's what I remember the most when I was like in first, second grade. Actually, first or third grade, I skipped second. So it was nice going to the schoolyard and just being able to exchange all sorts of rumors about how you do stuff. Like, how you get Eevee? There's a back entrance in Celadon. Whoa, really? And turns out there is. To get Eevee, you go through the back door. So, but you don't do that anymore. That literally is not a thing that can happen anymore because the internet is in everyone's pocket in its entirety. So,
like, magazine strategy guys are now mostly a thing of the past. And,
magazines are for people who want the nostalgia of reading a magazine. It's not for actual useful information.
I still have my shelf of pretty much, except for 1993, every single Super Nintendo, and then a good amount of the Nintendo ones and N64 ones.
I have a nice little collection of Nintendo Power, I never read it back in the day, but I've been picking them up a little bit here and there. And it's so nice to look back at them and see what was popular and what was relevant back in the day. It was so cool.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a little time capsule.
Time capsule.
Mew under the truck. I actually never heard that rumor. They're like the sort of rumors that I heard were like Mew exists. Like that was a rumor. Mew exists. There's this Pokemon called Peekaboo that exists. It's in the next. It's in the new Pokemon movie. There's going to be a movie. Yeah, there's going to be a movie. Like those were the kind of rumors I'm talking about. Just basic doesn't even exist sort of rumors, which I loved.
Oh man.
And the 90s were good.
They weren't that bad. They weren't half bad. And it's pretty neat that now we can relive the 90s Disney shows. Yeah. I've heard that Netflix has gotten a deal with Nickelodeon. Like, that would be kind of cool.
Yeah, yeah.
If they could just release all the Ren and Stimpys and Rocko's Modern Lives and stuff.
I mean, I won't lie. I've been watching Goof Troop.
Oh, yeah.
My mom was here for Thanksgiving. I said, so I got Disney Plus. And I was just browsing, like, look at all these shows. And she was, like, just bug-eyed, like, whoa, I remember all of these. So, like, we watched an episode of Goof Troop, and she was laughing so hard because, like, we remember watching it, but we didn't remember anything about it. And then the one episode we watched, I'm very happy. It was that was the one I chose because it was so funny. And when the episode ended, and she's like, "Yeah, that was such a good show." And this is my mom, so she, she's older than I am. So, but I was a kid in the '90s, so when I was watching those shows, she would watch with me just to make sure they were okay. And they made kids shows then so good that the adults could enjoy them as much, if not more, than the kids, and we don't have that anymore. So, I mean, we do, but it's a lot rarer. Like Disney in the '90s, you would enjoy it no matter your age. So I'm so glad that we get to enjoy that now. Speaking of enjoying, everyone, sit through this ad for me. Thank you. Enjoy.
What? How many eggs are you at?
77.
Ooh, I'm catching up. I'm at 75.
Oh, are you?
Yes.
I've had a few instances where I accidentally sent an egg to my box instead of in my party, so...
Well, like I said, I'm going to be having to release Pokemon here soon, so that's going to take
I don't have to. I got another 13 boxes, I think.
Oh my god.
That are
so
all
you're going to get way ahead of me.
Yeah, we'll see. Also had a bit of a drought there of picking up new eggs. She just never crossed her arms, man. She was never cross.
I do love that visual cue, at least. They're like, hey, my arms are crossed. Get this egg. It's
yeah.
Nice.
Oh. Every game has a visual cue of some kind. I'm just glad that this one is crossing her arms. It's so much more noticeable than being one step away from the daycare. 79.
I swear I have more eggs than this. I swear that I'm getting some like mystery eggs yeeted somewhere.
I hate doing this. I gotta go get a paper towel.
I might have to look into that when I start releasing my first batch. Because it doesn't feel right. It feels like I've gotten more. How's everybody doing in the chat, guys? Again, thank you so much for watching. This is a Shiny Hunt race with myself, ThatBaldGamer, and Skull Shirtigal. Again, I know he's MIA right now, but I can speak for both of us to say that we appreciate you watching. Honestly, eye contact. Thank you. We are both streaming our perspectives on our respective channels. And we both have the Shiny Charm, the Oval Charm, Flame Body Pokemon.
Spilled my cream soda all over my keyboard and desk. Also, I don't have my headphones in, so I can't hear you. This is so bad. Also, I'm out of paper towels, so using a new roll of toilet paper. We'll see how well this works. It's not good.
Carson says you've been getting dunked on tonight. Let's see. And on both sides, don't forget to leave a like, guys. Likes are definitely very helpful. On YouTube, at least. They don't really have a thing like that on Twitch, so leaving a like really helps bump up things in the good old algorithm.
Okay, I can hear you again.
Yay!
You probably got a pretty good lead out of that.
Not necessarily.
Okay. Okay.
You alright?
It was just a little scary, that's all. It was... My 3DS froze again. I'm literally one reset away from 900.
It's over 900! How big of a Dragon Ball fan are you, if at all?
Not at all.
Not at all. I'm kind of low-key pumped for there's a Dragon Ball Kakarot game. And, you know, year after year after year after year after year, they always release the fighting games. You know, Fighter Z was fun, but, like, this is, like, their first in a while, like, story-based Dragon Ball game. So I'm actually kind of pumped with, like, you know, modern graphics to have a story-based Dragon Ball game.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Yeah. Wait, wasn't that at State of Play 2? No. Wait, what?
No, it wasn't.
What am I thinking?
should've
I
been.
saw something for it recently.
As far as Dragon Ball goes?
Yeah, it was for a new Dragon Ball game.
It may have been the Kakarot one, because it's an RPG, but with, like, modern graphics. I'm not quite sure they're working on anything else, unless you're talking about the Fighter one, Fighter Z, which
It might have been. It might have been for
releasing
Fighter
DLC.
Z. I do have Fighter Z actually on the Switch.
It's a great game. The art style is so awesome.
All right, I'm just doing one more reset on my Latios, and then calling it quits at 900 before anything else goes wrong.
Oh yeah, make sure you save too.
Well, I mean, it's a soft reset. You can't save.
Like I said, I had actually released and moved around and organized my box before this, but then I didn't save, and you know, so I had to start over a little bit before the stream started.
I know very well how to soft reset IG Afterglow. The problem is, when I soft reset that time, my 3DS froze, and I had to do a hard reset of the console. Nothing worked. Like, no buttons pressed. Even my home button didn't do anything. I dread to think of what it sounded like. I don't have any audio coming out of that, luckily. Don't have to subject you guys to that, but... Seriously, Angels in the Outfield is not on Disney Plus?
I was so upset because and even Mighty Ducks you have to wait. It's one of those ones where you have to wait, like the Lone Ranger or whatever. You have to
Okay,
wait a
well,
while.
it's probably some sort of deal they had with Netflix or something before now.
But like, you know, like I'm not the biggest sports guy. I do love hockey and I do love basketball. Like, I'm not gonna lie, even if you hate sports, those old like '90s like sports.
Yeah, those
Disney
90s
movies
sports
really
films
good.
are great. Like, I know this isn't Disney, but Like Mike, that was one of the.
That was
a fun film.
and Little Giants, which I think was Warner Bros, was really good as well.
And of course, you know, Space Jam, starring the best basketball player of all time, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, who.
All right, I'm at 80, but I'm gonna have to seriously organize my boxes here. In a minute.
Seriously, I'm at 83. And I'm still seeing some stickiness on my keyboard that I don't like. That was terrible.
Again, welcome everybody. This is a shiny hunt race. So again, I'm with YouTuber Skullshuttergle. I'm ThatBaldGamer, and we are racing to see who can get the shiny first. The shiny charm, which is supposed to increase your odds of likelihood of getting one. We both have the oval charm, which increases the amount of eggs that are laid. We both have flame body Pokemon, which increases the how fast they hatch. And so on paper, we're about as even Stevens as we can get It's just a matter of which one of us is going to be luckier, Skull or me. So it's a numbers game. There's no easy or hard way to do this. It's literally just luck. So.
Yeah. Let's see. Nate asked, what about Air Bud? I'd like to say that was a Disney film. Because
yeah, you know what?
I'm positive that Air Buddies is a Disney franchise, so
they have all those Buddies ones on there, but not Air Bud.
It must be another one of those deals.
Yeah. Air Bud was an underrated classic.
I loved it. I really did. Okay, done with my 3DS. Is there another shiny hunting? Nope, that's not good. You guys are just going to have to deal with the blank double bottom screens because my 3DS obviously isn't cooperating today. It's crashed 3 times in the last 20 resets, so not good enough for me to try and keep going. Anyway, but yeah, like, I loved Air Bud, I really did. It was like, I actually saw it as an adult again,
really?
as an adult, and I was like, wow, there's a lot more heart in this than I remember. Like, it's actually like, like, yeah, it's not just flashy dog stunts. There's actually a nice story behind it too. So, oh, another film that I loved from the 90s. It's not a sports film and it's not Disney, but Free Willy. Okay. Yeah, careful, Michael Jackson saying that.
Oh no. Good old Free Willy.
Facecam got delayed. Okay, now my facecam's delayed? Really? Okay, well, I can fix that. Why did my facecam decide just now to delay? There we go. Everything should be synced up again.
Did you hear how I almost killed Farfetch'd when I got the shiny?
I did not.
So, like, 2000 and spacing out, it's like, whatever. And it's such a subtle difference. You have to really be paying attention. So I had the volume low anyway, so I couldn't really hear the sparkles. But, like, I had gotten so used to the routine. And this is why I didn't turn... People were like, hey, how come you don't turn off battle animations? And I'm like, because I don't want to get in the habit of, like, just zooming through the menu screen. I want to give myself a second chance to, like, take a second look so I don't skip it. And
yeah,
if I had turned off battle animations, I probably would have killed it because, like, I was reading the chat at the time and they were like, oh my god, shiny, and I was literally about to push the attack button, and then I was like, wait a minute, what? But it's so subtly different, at least Farfetch'd. Like, it's just a slight shade of yellow on his belly and that's it. So, like, it was very easily missable. And I was like, oh, okay. But, man, that was a scare. That would have been my first ever shiny fail. Have you had a shiny fail?
Never.
Never?
Never once. Man.
You must be one of the lucky ones then. I hear they're quite frequent.
Alright, I have swapped my layout so that it's just the switch screen filling up the whole screen, and I've put the total number of encounters I've had on the top right, and my webcam on the top left, donation goal bottom middle. It's not pretty, but at least you don't have to see my failure of a 3DS anymore. How do you get the Oval Charm? There is a Game Freak employee inside one of the hotels at Sirchester with a full team at level 65. You have to beat him.
Yeah, I think it's in the Sirchester Hotel. Yeah, second floor.
Yep, second floor on the right.
And that's also where you get the shiny charm and I think the catch charm. Don't quote me on the catch charm.
Yeah, catch charm. He gives you a catch charm before the shiny charm. Same guy. The same guy gives you the shiny charm and the catch charm. Is what I'm trying to say.
You know what I've discovered it is really OP in Gmax battles? Repeat balls. Like, I swear to God, like, I have such good odds. They look like crap, though. I hate the way they look, but like, if you throw a repeat ball, they're really good.
Especially if you have a Pokédex, a complete Pokédex, then yeah. Repeat balls are good. I prefer Dusk balls. They've got like a 4 times chance. Heavy balls are good for... I wish I didn't... You get 1 heavy ball in the whole game, and I wasted mine on Eternatus. Because I didn't know it was a guaranteed catch.
It's so stupid. I literally, it's probably my, I mean, this is going to be as lack of spoiler as possible, but like, it's literally my least favorite legendary, and it looks so cool, but like, I can't really consider it a legendary because it's like automatic catch. To me, that's what's legendary about it. It's just a regular Pokemon.
Well,
In fact, you know, I don't know.
I mean, you're just given a legendary in Sun and Moon type Null.
No, but this one is so easy though. It's like
I like it because it's like it has the power to destroy the universe. Yeah, that's pretty legendary.
Who, Eternatus?
Why is Pokemon all about balls? Well,
Oh, no.
Pokemon is short for pocket monsters. How do you put it in your pocket? You put it in a ball. Then you put the ball in your pocket. Number 90. 3 full boxes of this.
I'm creeping up on you as well too.
Oh, I can
But
focus.
look-
I can focus fully on this now. So, if anything, I might gain a bit more of a lead against you.
Oh, you're gonna gain a huge lead soon because I literally have to empty my box. Like I said, because it didn't save. I had spent an hour releasing things and it didn't
Yeah,
save
it's
it.
terrible.
So now I'm gonna have to spend a little bit more time.
You know, the original name of Pokemon was Capsule Monsters, but they had a trademark dispute with a game. I'd like to say a board game that was called something similar, so they changed it to Pocket Monsters instead. And then they had a dispute in the U.S. with a comic called Monster in My Pocket. So that's why it's Pokemon over here. You never once.
That's also a very shady name.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why you never once see an official like Pokemon or Pocket Monsters in English. They do say in Gen 5 in the games that Pokemon is short for Pocket Monsters. They say that very explicitly in the English version. But
Yeah, but Monster in My Pocket changes everything.
yeah, funny.
No.
Is Wazzy with me? No, this is BaldGamer. A link to his
Hi.
channel is in the description.
Thank you.
Yes, I'm using the Masuda method, Agent Woomy. Both of us have a 1 in 512 odds chance of getting a shiny. And assuming we go for a full 6 hours, that would
We
be
might get close to it.
that would hit odds in those 6 hours. So essentially, both of us have, I'd call it a 50-50 chance that one of us gets it by the end of our stream today.
1, 2, 3.
Well, I'm skipping that song.
I'm gonna start releasing, so you might get a little bit of a lead here.
A little bit.
Hey, way to go, Mimikyu, on your odds. Let's see.
So, if we did go to odds today, then that would mean at some point I would have to release Pokemon, because I would only have, I think, maybe 460 slots. 16 times 30, somebody do the math, 480. So, so that would be just under odds. It'd be like 32 below odds.
I'm gonna assume. I mean, we've both been unlucky, but I would assume at least one of our lucks is gonna change, and that one of us should catch it today.
Yeah.
Because
I think odds are really, really good that one of us will get this. If
Well,
not
I've been
both
seeing
of
a
us.
lot of people get it within like the 200 or 300 range.
Yeah.
So
See,
yeah.
around the 300 mark seems to be pretty popular for people to get it.
Right.
So, Jaden wants to know what happens if the stream comes to an end and neither of us shoot.
We'll have to do a part 2.
No, don't do this. I accidentally reset my counter.
Uh-oh. Do you remember what it was at?
Yeah, this would be number 94. That's what happens is when I hit both up and down at the same time, for anyone who wants to know.
I didn't know that. I
It's
should have done that earlier.
It's the script I'm running. It's one of those unintended side effects. There we go, number 94. When the script is only programmed to either go up or down and you tell it to do both, what does it do? It just gives up. It tries to divide by 0. We all know that won't work, so.
I'm getting a chillin' radio. Welcome, Raiders. This is a shiny race with a Skull Shirtle. He is streaming his perspective as well, too. Link in the description. Thanks for rating us. How are you doing? Appreciate it.
Hey, Raiders. Here's an ad for all of you. Thank you.
Were you doing some shiny hunting too? Thank you so much for that raid. I genuinely appreciate that, Chillin.
Did you hear about that glitch that lets you hatch evolved Pokemon in this game? Turns out it's actually really easy to set up.
Well, how?
I don't remember. I didn't look too far into it, but it is possible to evolve a Pokemon while still in an egg and then hatch it into that evolved Pokemon.
Oof. That's crazy. People are exploiting that.
It's
thanks so much.
Is there an actual use to it? Not really, aside from just the fun of owning a legitimate level 1 Cinderace, for example. But it's it's fun. It's one of those like harmless glitches. Harmless glitches I'm more than okay with.
Yo, Chillin, have you ever done a shiny race before, or at least a shiny hunt?
This is my first shiny race.
I was about to ask you that literally just now too. Is this your first race?
Yeah, this is my first shiny race, and I'm having so much fun. I wouldn't be opposed to doing another one in the future.
Let's do it.
Although
I love it. It's chill.
Yeah, I definitely let my my viewers, or both our viewers combined, pick our next one. I forget why we chose Applin.
I think Applin was fun because it does have the double evolution.
Yeah.
I also know it's a popular one, so.
Yeah. I mean, it's a Granny Smith apple when it hatches and it's a shiny, so.
Wait. Which one did you get, Show Play? So that was like a full-on accident, I guess? Happy accident, is what I could call them.
A shiny that we could go for is Zigzagoon.
That's true. I wouldn't mind doing a race for that one.
Me neither.
Because that's one I might not go get on my own, but if I turn it into like a race thing, I can
honestly, I would not be opposed to making every shiny I go after a race. Because doing a race actually would motivate me to go for longer. Like, I've been going for an hour and a half right now. Right about now, I'd actually consider winding stuff down. But no, I'm motivated to keep going. So, and there is the audience for it. I've been hovering around 70 viewers this whole time. It's great. So.
Oh, full odds Trico, man. That's awesome. Actually, Trico is one of my more.
I did get a full odds Trico. In Omega Ruby.
Too?
In Omega Ruby, the game that I was searching for Latios, the exact same copy. I started out by just resetting until I got a Trico. I'd like to say it was less than 300 resets.
Oh my gosh. Well, in case you're wondering, again, my most recent hunt was 2,054 wild encounters, and then before that was Toxtricity, which was 1,357, both with the shiny charm, so both over odds. So, like I said, I'm hoping my luck will change this race. I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, let's see. Something that released today that I got, the Gold Shovel Knight amiibo.
Oh, nice.
So, Shovel Knight Treasure Trove released for the Switch today, and they were waiting until now to release that and the triple pack of Shovel Knight bosses, which is apparently on my doorstep, but I dare not go get it because I don't want to lose any time. And the Gold Shovel Knight amiibo. They were waiting to release those amiibo until this game released. The amiibo have been ready since 2017. They announced in 2017 these amiibo are coming soon. And then they just never released them because they were waiting for the game to release. And finally the game is out. So they were literally the last non-Super Smash Bros. Amiibo that have been announced so far, and they might be the last non-Smash amiibo ever.
Oh, the last Smash one?
The last non-Smash amiibo. So the ones that are not from Super Smash Brothers.
I'm very hopeful we'll get a Joker one. I'm gonna buy that day one.
Oh, I think every single DLC character will get them.
Yeah.
So
Joker and Banjo-Kazooie, I'm down for.
I think, oh man, I hope they make a lot of Banjo, because they better know that thing is going to sell. They better know that. Or maybe that's why they won't make many of them. Because Nintendo hates money, people. Number 101. There we go.
You're already at 101? I'm still at 90, but I've almost released 3 boxes.
Bye, Puggy Plays. Thanks for being here.
Puggy. Yeah, I'm also gonna do another fun one, but I'm doing one with another YouTuber is Eevee, but that's cool. That's a cool race because it has 8 things you can evolve it into.
Yeah.
So
No,
you know,
Eevee, a shiny Eevee in this is like, oh man, seeing all of those evolutions in HD, especially shiny evolutions, oh man.
oh yeah. So like I said, even if you finish the race early, you can just get another Eevee because it's got 8 different forms.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know.
I went after a shiny Eevee once. Valentine's Day 2016, I'd like to say.
Any reason why? Literally
Um,
Valentine's Day.
Yeah, because I wanted to evolve it into Sylveon,
Ah, okay.
which I did. I got it on Valentine's Day, and I evolved it into Sylveon on Valentine's Day. So,
That's a fun fact right there.
yeah, I have every shiny that I've ever hunted live. I've put on my channel. So if you want to go and see when I got that shiny Eevee, then go ahead. It's right there. I keep going inside the stupid daycare because my bike doesn't know how to go left.
Oh, you keep going inside the daycare? Oof.
So that's like a good few seconds wasted every time I do that.
Alright, I'm starting to hatch again. Meanwhile, again, thank you for those of you that are watching. Thank you for that raid again, too, Chill. I don't know if you're still here. And then thank you just for both ends. If you're supporting our little race here, we genuinely appreciate that. So don't forget to leave a like and feel free to say hello in the chat. Don't be shy. And if you're shiny on the side, let us know what you're going after. Okay, she's not wanting to give me an egg here.
I had that problem.
What the heck? Wow, this is a record right now. I might hatch an egg before I get a new one. There we go.
I have 2 shiny Eevee in Pokemon Go. I'm trying to think about what I want to evolve them into. When I got my first one, I knew I wanted to make it a Sylveon, but now that I have 2, I don't know what I want to make the second one.
Do you know how early Pokemon Home will allow?
Everyone keeps asking me that. No, I don't know. I'd like to say it comes out in spring. So
No,
honestly,
I mean like what's like the earliest game like Gen that it'll allow you to transfer over?
Well, I'd like to say it doesn't connect with the generations themselves, only Pokemon Bank. So, yeah, so that means you could have stuff all the way from Gen 3 technically as long as you go through the bothering of transferring it up. But no, it connects straight to Bank, not to the games. It connects to Bank, Let's Go, and Sword and Shield. And Sword and Shield is the only one that it can communicate back and forth. So everything else is one way.
So you couldn't like transfer a Pokemon Go shiny into Pokemon Let's Sword or something?
Yeah, you could.
Oh, okay.
You transfer it from Go to Home, then from Home to Sword and Shield. But once it leaves Go, it never goes back. How do your eggs hatch so fast? I have the Oval Charm, and I have a Carcosal? What is this thing?
Colossal?
Colossal. I was thinking Carcoal.
That was a colossal error you made there.
Yes. Oh, and now it's 8 p.m. It just turned nighttime in the game. That's beautiful. But no, I have a Colossal with Flame Body, and I have the Oval Charm, so they just hatch super fast.
I'm about to be at 95. Windows 95.
This is number 106 for me.
Oof. You got a lead. But now we're getting into, realistic hatchable territory.
Yeah. Like, quarter odds is... Hold on, I can do this. Okay, Google. Okay, Google. 512 divided by 4.
Quick maths.
Okay, Google. 512 divided by 4. 128. 128 is quarter odds.
128? Oh, man.
It took me 4 tries. Bixby will answer without me even asking.
I actually love how Quentin said, okay, Boomer. It's like, okay, Boomer. How do you say that?
That's funny. Man, could you imagine... like, man, somebody should capitalize on this. Like, no joke. Somebody should come up with a personal assistant called Boomer.
Boomer, how do you get to here?
Okay, Boomer.
Well, back in my day, you took a left.
Voiced by Betty White.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be perfect. That'd be great. Well, you see, you can take the right way, or you can go here. That's true, Kami. Oh man. Oh, by the way, I saw your new series where you're. That's actually really fun. I
Yeah,
liked it.
I'm looking forward to doing that more.
So how did? Yeah, I was about to ask. How did you first?
What was that?
So what was your? How did you feel about the experience with the first one?
It was great. I think in the future I should probably have a different arrangement of Pokemon, just because anyone who watches the video knows now what my Pokemon are. But this is something that I wanted to do with Sword and Shield, was just do Pokemon battles with my friends. So,
Right.
even if it's not like a mono-type thing like what Sagasi did, then just doing any sort of online battle with friends would be a lot of fun. So, I'm looking forward to doing that more in the future.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Especially since in these games it's so easy to gain experience. You literally just spend an afternoon doing max raid battles, and those candies that you get from that will literally level up Pokemon all the way to like 50. You could get like 2 or 3 or maybe even 4 Pokemon all the way to a competitive level just by an afternoon of max raids.
It is a little bit on the easy side to level up. But
I don't
nothing wrong
care.
with that.
I don't care at all. I'm at 92 likes apparently. Is that correct? Maybe? Let's just say I'm at 92 likes. Can we get 100 likes, guys? There's 65 of you watching. Surely there's 8 of you. Surely 20% of you, 10% of you have not hit the like button yet. So would you mind? That would really make my night. Let me make sure that that's correct first. Don't want to toot my own horn. Oh, I'm at 100 likes now.
Hey, way to go!
That just happened. Thanks, guys. That was fast. What starter did I pick? I went with Score Bunny. And I love all of Score Bunny's evolutions, but I think after all of a sudden done, I liked Inteleon just a little better than Cinderace. And I love Drizzile a ton more than I liked Raboot. So, yeah. But I'm still happy I went with Cinderace, or with Score Bunny. Cinderace is like easy mode of these games. It literally like one-shot maybe 4 or 5 gyms.
Yeah, no, Inteleon did that for me or my Sobble, like in the beginning stages. I literally just kind of just relied on solely him.
Mm-hmm. What about Rillaboom? I didn't pick Rillaboom, so there.
F's in the chat though for like all the people that did like day 1 blind Nuzlocks, because like once you get in the wild area, like
You're dead.
stuff, it's like, oh, this looks neat, I'm gonna catch that, and then it's like a big beginner's trap.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if you don't know that going in, you're screwed.
Yeah. GG yesterday. Oh man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He got like pretty much wiped.
Haven't gotten a shiny yet. SG and Epic.
Oof.
We've been going for like almost 2 hours at this point. I think like it's still relatively early. If one of us were to get a shiny right now, we could keep going.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, you know, it's got multiple forms.
Maybe at around the 3-hour mark, if we haven't gotten a shiny yet, then whoever gets it first wins, and that'll
That's
probably
fine.
be the end.
That's fine.
I mean, I know you're used to going for like 8, 10, 12, 15, 20, 24 hours, but I'm more of like a 2-3 hour sort of guy. Shiny hunting, I can definitely go longer. I'm used to that, but I don't like. I love streaming, but I don't like doing it like all day, which I know is what streamers should do, but I can't do that.
It just depends. Sometimes, like I sat around my whole life too long. For me, it's like that's what I did. So it's like,
Is
I don't
Skull a
have
boomer? Do not speak of millennial ways to me. I was there when it was written. I'm the definition of a millennial, Finn. So only I am allowed to say that. I'm willing to bet you weren't even born last millennium.
Oof. I am now at
Which
100.
is a freaky thought, okay? The millennium started 20 years ago. 2000 wasn't 20 years ago. 1980 was 20 years ago.
Oh my god.
That's how I feel like. It does not compute to me that 1980 was literally now 40 years ago. No.
That's insane.
That doesn't make sense. No. So no, but I would say 1992 puts me dead center in the millennium era. So I am a 90s kid.
Next Thursday's my birthday. I'll be 33. I'm a boomer, almost.
You're what, Gen X?
I'm Gen my life. No, I'm just kidding. No, yeah, I think I'm Gen X.
Yeah. It's like there's the boomers and there's millennials, and the people between them, I guess, just don't exist.
Oof. I think the new rule should apply to boomers, which would make me a boomer. But like, you know, if you're old enough to remember Y2K, then you're a boomer. So, which is a lot of people.
I know Y2K. I remember hearsay of Y2K, but it was like one of those things that no one really bothered explaining to me. Because I think by the time December 1999 came around, everyone realized that it wasn't going to be an issue.
It was like probably the biggest hoax of our time. Like as far as like, you know, anybody around 30 years or older. Like, you know, just basically everybody just thought like, man, literally at the stroke of midnight on the year 2000, all computers going to shut down and everything's going to, like, you know, you better stock up on your food and everything because we're doomed. And like, for whatever reason, like, you know, whether it be, you know, clickbait media hype or whatever, on the news, on TV, because we didn't have internet back then, really. We did, but it was kind of lame. Like, people just bought it. So, like, I don't know, like, I remember stores were like selling out, like, you know, the usual for like hurricanes and stuff, like bread and milk and all kinds of stuff. But yeah, no, it was crazy. Like, the people like really bought into that.
Yeah, I mean, there was always the possibility that like, part of what made it so scary was that it was actually possible that it could affect pretty much everything. It was sort of a wake-up call to people that, like, technology was literally running their lives, and if a bug happened to shut it all down, then we were in trouble. Which I would argue is even more so the case today, but it's probably less likely to ever go completely down now. It's hard to explain, but most of Y2K I only know from history books, obviously, but I do remember some stuff about it, mostly in jest. Like, I remember a comedy skit of like Julius Caesar inventing the calendar, and he's like, "Nah, this whole thing sounds lame. But oh Caesar, you can make a fortune out of it." A fortune? Yeah, think about it. VCRs, calendars, not to mention that whole year 2000 computer thing. And like that was the sort of thing that I was comprehensive of. Like, that happened when I was 7, so it really didn't affect me that much, and there wasn't that much that I wouldn't have been paying attention anyway. But I was at least a little bit aware of it, but mostly as like almost as a joke. Like, I think even then I realized there was something there, but like it was more of a don't bother worrying about it sort of thing. Which is sort of my whole mantra in life, actually. That's why I'm here. Was that a cat?
Yeah, cat's in the chat, guys. Use that emoji while you can, because when I move, the cat's gone. It's not my cat, so it's not coming with me.
Ah.
Yeah, that's actually one of the things I'm saddest about. Because that cat, like, you know, hanging out. But no, can't take it with me. Let's see.
Do I have any mods in the chat?
Can I get a hashtag mod check?
Mod check.
That's what we do. Vibe checks and mod checks.
Mod checks. Mod checks. Not a bad thing. It's possible Crystal's here and she's just AFK doing her own thing. It's possible I don't have any mods in here and I'll need to go to my Discord and ask for them real quick.
Can I get a mod to go, please?
Oh man, I'd like that from KFC right there with my, oh man, my bucket of chicken and my mac and cheese. KFC mac and cheese. Am I right? Or am I right?
like good quality mac and cheese is really good. Like,
KFC has some straight up good mac and cheese.
Like, you gotta understand, there's bad mac and cheese. There's lazy mac and cheese.
There is mac and cheese that, like, cardboard will taste better, and I'm not joking.
Yeah, no, but if you get some good quality cheesy mac and cheese, like, I'm all for it.
Well,
and I'm talking like the gooey kind. It's gotta be gooey, man.
Okay, Google. KFC hours. Oh, come on. Okay, Google. KFC hours.
Okay, Boomer. I want to see that happen now. Oh, man.
Oh, no, it heard me and I just canceled it. KFC hours. I think the whole internet power flicker just... 10:30. Okay, I need to find a shiny in the next hour.
You want to go to KFC?
I need that mac and cheese, yo. And their chicken isn't bad either. Like, KFC is like... You guys don't understand. KFC. Am I right?
Oh, yeah.
Do you like sausage and biscuits? I don't eat sausage.
That reminds me, like, what I used to do at my old job, go to these restaurants for lunch, and we would look at Google reviews, especially if we were having a bad day. That would cheer us up. And one of my favorite ones was, like, a 1-star review for Hardee's, and they were like, if I want biscuits and gravy, I want biscuits and gravy, not biscuits and water.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man, that's a savage review right there.
Oh, speaking of KFC, my earliest memory of KFC, and I wish I was joking, but I'm not, was when Star Wars Episode 1 came out, and they got exclusive toys. I still have those toys in the box.
Oh man, the toys.
They're worth a lot. Oh, Joanna, hi. Mod check worked out. Oh, you did what I wanted you to do. Thanks, Joanna. Shout out to my mod, Joanna, by the way, who's also Rick's mod, but she's over here hanging out with me now.
I've got one too many right now anyway.
Oh.
So that's fine. Let's see.
Oh, man, no. I don't know what KFC does with their chicken, but, like, the breading on it is superb.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Man, I like the breading more than the meat. I gotta stop talking about it.
Yeah, don't talk about it. You're getting hungry, man.
I'm an adult. I gotta go get my mac and cheese. I don't know what adults eat. Okay, I've never not liked mac and cheese. I eat like Cocoa Puffs for cereal. I like mac and cheese for dinner. And I snack on Tootsie Rolls and Snickers all day, okay? I don't know what adults are supposed to eat. All I know is what I eat, and I love what I eat, so there.
There you go. Nothing wrong with that, man.
Did I get it? Oh. Ah.
Oh, extra eggs.
I thought I was getting raided. No, people are just starting to tell me who to raid, as if I'm not going to be streaming for another few hours.
Oh, gee.
Guys, raids are for when you're done streaming, okay? When I'm done streaming, then start suggesting people.
That happens to me a lot. Like,
I don't want for you guys to leave me. I need you guys to watch my ads. Speaking of, thank you. I'm probably a jerk with that. Sorry, guys.
You're fine. No, basically, yeah. Sometimes I get people that are like, "Hey, can you rate this person?" So, like, chances are, sure, but like, they'll probably be done by the time I get done.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm not against raiding. Frankly, I just forget to do it most of the time.
It's gotten to the point. I love raiding, but it's gotten to the point now, which I'm hoping to get better with that when I move. I'm gonna reorganize my routine and structure, but it's gotten to the point now where, like, by the time I'm done, literally there's like people left that are streaming because I end in like the AMs now. So, like, you know, it starts to thin out.
Yeah.
Let's see, what are we at right now? Full stack. Okay.
Not to mention, it's gotten so freaking stupid trying to find people streaming a specific game on YouTube anymore.
Yeah.
Like, where do you have to go to find people streaming in a specific game?
That speaks your language.
Yeah. It used to be so easy. You could just literally type in the game on YouTube and search whoever was playing the game right then. Actually, no. It used to be I just used YouTube Gaming. Now YouTube Gaming doesn't exist because they realized, turns out that was a stupid idea. So, so yeah, how do you find people playing that game anymore? Like, I have to go to my own watch page, hit the game at the bottom, and just see if there's anyone else in the live tab, which is like 4 tabs over. It's like they don't want for people to be found streaming, which I guess is true, but I'm sure it comes across that way, Nate, but I'm sure you know full well that that's not the case. I appreciate my fans watching so much, especially when I'm doing like a shiny hunt. Like, this doesn't sound like something that people would enjoy watching, and yet here you are. I've been over 65 people watching the whole stream. So I'm glad people are here. It's just YouTube really freaking sucks right now, and I really could use the extra money. Okay.
It's going through a tough time right now.
Yeah.
YouTube.
Not to mention, we just started paying back my wife's student loans. That's $700 a month. And I just got a new car. Payments are $240 a month for the next 6 years.
It's not a bad rate.
No, it's way better than it could have been, but it's just a lot of extra money now. Anyway, I just hit 128, so I'm at quarter odds.
Oh my god, I'm only at 112.
Okay.
I'm at 113.
Well, this is where I go and run for my life.
Let's see. In the meantime, again, guys, I want to say that we appreciate you guys watching us. Like, honestly, like these shiny streams are so much fun in the sense that they're a different type of stream. They're very chill, a lot more laid back, a lot less chaotic than like maybe, let's say, like an interactive Splatoon stream where you're bickering and fighting and stuff. It's just kind of just chilling and
It
trying
got
to
cold
just
outside. It's like 42 degrees now.
a little bit chilly, eh?
Okay. I got a box from UPS. It is my Shovel Knight Treasure Trove 3-pack amiibo.
Oh, nice.
See if I can't open it in between egg hatches here. Yeah, I mean, Copa is partly responsible for it, but it's not something that is like directly affects my channel specifically. It's more of just YouTube isn't going to hand out money anymore, not as much as they used to. So it affects me indirectly. It affects every channel indirectly because of that. Simply because an easy way of putting it is YouTube simply doesn't have as much money anymore to spread out to everyone making videos. So my CPM is like a fifth of what it was at my peak 4 years ago, even though I'm getting the exact same number of views. Yeah, Joanna, it's like 5 degrees Celsius here. 42 F is 5C, so there you go. I don't want to get into all the nitty-gritty of YouTube right now, guys. It's depressing. This is not a good job, but I enjoy it. I have fun, and you guys are supporting me, and that's enough to keep me happy.
And that's what's important. Just having fun, man.
Yep. Having fun, paying my bills, keeping my cat happy so he doesn't murder me in my sleep. There we go. We got Shovel Knight 3 amiibo here on my screen. We got Spectre Knight, Plague Knight, King Knight. Right there. 3 amiibos. 3 amiibo. Right there. Gotta open those up later. Gotta find a place to put them on my shelf. Where I wanted to put them, I can't anymore because my gold Shovel Knight now takes that place. So, yeah.
Hang on 1 second.
Alright, it took me about 2 hours to get to the quarter odds. I don't like that. That means it would take 8 hours to get to odds.
Okay, I'm back.
Well, I was just saying, it took me 2 hours to get to quarter odds, which means it would take 8 hours to get to full odds.
We're actually going pretty quick because usually I would average anywhere between 50 to 60 eggs per hour. So. I'm about to be at 120.
I'm at 133.
Nice.
What are you looking for exactly? A shiny Applin. It's Applin, but shiny. So that's Applin. What I'm looking for is one of these that's green.
A green apple. And I still say, like, especially if we go for like another 3.5, I still say that the odds are one of us are gonna get it.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, I wasn't being mean about Alex, Crystal. I just accept that I'm going to die someday and he's going to be responsible. That's how cats work. Everyone knows this. It's not a secret. He loves me more than anyone else, even my wife, who is the one who owns him, I will add. In a room of 100 people, he will go up to me.
Oh, nice.
Every cat will, because I'm the one who's most allergic to them.
That's usually how they do.
They can sense.
Yeah.
They can sense the throat closures. He seemed to like Crystal a lot. Yeah, he liked Crystal. He liked you. He likes guests. He likes guests a lot because he knows guests will just spoil him. Is Alex a fat cat? Oh yeah, he is fat.
Oh, we like fat cats.
He is. When we got him, I'm not kidding, 20 pounds.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, he was so fat. And Teresa picked him up, and he clung to her neck, and she said, "Aw, he's hugging me." And I said, "No, he knows if he falls, he'll die." He is so fat, if he falls, he will not be able to land on his feet. Or if he does, they'll break. Oh, hello, cat. Speaking of.
Cats in the chat, speaking of which. Oh, wait.
Haven't heard this song. Battle
Which
Frontier
song?
Brain Remix. Very cool. Yeah, I have Glitch City music remixes in the back. How much does he weigh now? I think 13 pounds? He's still fat, but not, like, you could see his neck now at least.
Fat.
Like, you could see his knees. His belly fat doesn't cover up his knees anymore, so there's that.
Biller. Fat cats are the best, man.
Well, he's mellow, that's for sure. Yeah, I am allergic to cats. I'm allergic to cats, dogs. Horses are the worst offender. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm a 14. I'm not joking.
With a horse?
With a horse.
That's random.
Well, most things with hair, basically.
Oh, man.
Yeah, like, horses are like, no, when I was getting tested for allergies when I was 16, what they do is they do a row at a time on your arm. I'd like to say a dozen shots spaced about an inch apart. After they were done with the first row, they send you back to the waiting room. You wait 15 minutes for the swells to happen. Then they measure the swelling. When I went back in there, they could not tell the difference between the different swells. It was that bad. Every single thing I had was swelled beyond their scale. and this was a mixture of animals and plants. And then the nurse starts looking at me, starts waving her finger in front of my eyes, notices I'm not following it because I'm just struggling to stay conscious at that point. So she has to run and get the doctor. The doctor literally picks me up, throws me in another room, and injects me with steroids. And then he goes and tells my mom what happened. She's out in the waiting room. Hey, Mrs. Skull, your son, you better come and see him. And then there's like 5 different doctors huddling around me, making sure I don't literally die on them. And that's just from one row of allergy tests on my arm. And the doctor says, and that's why I'm always here whenever we do these tests. This is all true, by the way. You can ask my mom. Like, this story, everything is 100% accurate. Anyway, the nurse says, I've never seen anything that bad. And the doctor says, I have once.
Oh, man.
If they had waited 5 more minutes, I probably would have just passed out. If they had waited 10, I would be dead. And that's one line of allergy testing like they would normally do for anyone. So, after that, they literally dialed it back to like 1/10 of the dosage. And then it swelled up to the appropriate amount that they could measure it. That was how bad that was. So yeah, I'm allergic to a lot of stuff. Like, I'm allergic to goldfish hair. I didn't know goldfish had hair, but they do, and I'm allergic to it. How do you even
discover that? You just get near the bowl?
No, they tested me for goldfish hair, and I'm allergic to that. That's how I... That's so lame. But sad, too, because I love animals, so... I love cuddling with dogs and cats. I love petting horses and being near them. My body doesn't.
So bottom line, you're not doing a zoo tour anytime soon.
I love zoos too, but yeah, every time I go, I just get some ibuprofen and Claritin and just sweat through it. I mean, what's an immune system for? Apparently, mine only works on food. And like, I actually don't get sick that much. I can hang around sick people pretty often and be just fine, but put me close to cats and dogs? Nope, just gives up. Just leaves. But I'm not allergic to food. I'm not allergic to nuts or anything like that.
Not necessarily. As one of my mods says, the goldfish food, how can you be allergic to a snack that smells bad?
Yeah, but no, like nuts I'm not allergic to. I thought I was allergic to pepper for a while, but it turns out, no, I was just eating it wrong. But no, like, food, I can eat anything. So, yeah, I don't know why God decided that I had to suffer and not be allowed to pet horses, but, oh well. At least I can eat peanut butter, which is good, because I like PB&J.
PB&J is a boomer classic.
Apparently is not a thing in Europe. They have, instead of peanut butter and jelly, they have butter and jelly.
What? Like the yellow butter?
Yeah, like butter.
Weird.
Well, they think PB&J is weird, so.
Well, they need to get with the program here.
Yeah.
I'm getting anxious. I think one of us is going to get it very soon. What are you at right now? I'm 120.
I'm about to hatch 145.
Oof.
I don't think it'll be too soon, honestly.
Once we get into the 200s,
I'm thinking more
a lot of people.
I'm thinking more like 300s will be more likely.
You think?
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm
guess
just hoping that my luck changes, man.
It's been so long since I've gotten a shiny. I guess I just well, I got the Wooloo, but I wasn't searching for the Wooloo specifically, so it's been so long since I've got a shiny that I was looking for. I guess I just don't expect to ever get one.
Yeah.
Just cuddle with a Komodo dragon. I'd happily cuddle with a Komodo dragon. Those things are awesome. I don't think they like cuddling with people, though.
You could say that about some people. Let's see. Yeah, I definitely want to go for my own next solo hunt, I definitely want to go for Galarian Corsola. I think that's a fun one.
Yeah. I wasted
looks
my
so-
Master Ball on what I thought was a shiny of those. I
Oh,
consulted with
no.
my Discord server, and everyone said it was close. It was too hard to tell. Because in a max raid, everything's all shadowy, and in the shadows,
it's-
it looked shiny, but it was
Right.
just so hard to tell for sure. So I decided, YOLO, and that was the wrong decision. So
Oh man,
I gave that to
you should.
Crystal,
if you
actually.
shiny hunt it, breed it, because then the shiny will be in a max ball, I think. Isn't that how it works? like whatever Pokeball you're breeding.
Well, I gave it to Crystal anyway, so.
Oh, well, I think it transfers Pokeballs to Offspring. So like you could
One of the
you could have
parents
a mi-
does.
Yeah, you can have like 1,000,000 Master Balls.
Well, yeah, but they're not usable.
Right, but still, it's funny to think. I love how it's low key also a statement on global warming. You know, like the regular Corsola's happy, but then like the dried up dead one is a ghost
Sad.
and miserable.
I'd like to say it's actually a jab at I'd like to say Toxapex or Marini. Like
Oh,
one of
really?
those. In Gen 7, the Pokédex very clearly states that they prey on Corsola.
Mmm.
The female parent is where the ball transfers. Okay, Crystal. Well, I don't know if like it would matter in a Ditto. If Ditto were a parent, like would if you had a male, then would the Ditto transfer, or would the male still transfer because there was no female? I don't know.
I don't know. It's a good question.
Yeah,
I think
no,
that-
I am using Masuda method. I have the Oval Charm and I have the Shiny Charm, and Flame Body Pokemon. This is as fast and as maxed out as you can get in this game. To the best of our knowledge, there is not a single instance where you have better shiny odds than what we're doing right now.
That's true. At least until the potential bug of wild hunting is fixed.
Yeah, if they ever fix it, maybe it's working exactly as intended, and the article was wrong or something. I doubt it.
I was gonna say, is it confirmed bugged? But it does seem like I do hear way over odds when it comes to wild encounters. Than
Yeah,
I do,
no,
Masuda
like the
Method.
bug is, at best, your odds improve by 3%. That means instead of 1 in 4,096, it's about 1 in 4,000 flat. So, not that much better.
Yeah. Oof.
Oh, I forgot to mention this. Tomorrow, I have a game coming in from Asia.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a physical game.
Mm.
It is the dual pack of Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy VIII Remastered for the Nintendo Switch.
Nice. Oh man, I didn't know that was out yet.
It's Japan exclusive, but the game is fully in English, and the cover's in English too. So,
That's awesome, man.
skip. How many times do I have to skip the stupid song? I don't want to hear you rapping. Here we go. But yeah, so that's coming in tomorrow, and I love Final Fantasy 7. Like, I know you love 8 more.
Uh-huh.
I haven't played it yet. And from what? Well, I mean, after watching you play it for 2 hours, I'm like, oh man, if I didn't know to do this stuff, I would be dead. So
It is kind of one of the more cryptic ones.
yeah, but 7, like, man. Well, that was my very first Final Fantasy game. I played it earlier this year for the first time ever. I fell in love with it. It made me fall in love with the whole franchise. So, yeah. I had to own it physically. You know, this is the first physical release of the game for 7 or 8 since the very first release on PS1.
Makes sense.
So, that's so exciting. Of course, I'll be playing 7 Remake in March here on my channel. I'll be streaming it, so...
I'm definitely looking forward to that. The graphics look incredible.
They
for
do.
that game.
Like, oh man, I keep showing my mom and my sister, everyone who doesn't know why this is so exciting. I'm like, okay, do you see this girl? And then I show them Aerith from 97. Okay, let me put this in context, guys. Toy Story came out 2 years before this graphic was made. Okay. This is the same girl in the game that comes out next month. And like, oh, that's different. So, yeah,
Oh, man.
that's something to think about. Final Fantasy VII is closer to the release of Tron than it is to the current day.
Oh my god, that is wild to think of.
Yeah. There you go, people. Just had your minds blown. Okay, I'm sorry. I could. Oh man, that game. I have an orchestral rearrangement of Aerith's theme, and I was playing it for my wife, and I said, when I die, I want for this to be the song playing at my funeral.
It's one of the most beautifully arranged songs that's out there.
It is.
Like,
Can you believe that's the only song in the entire game that's in a major key? Every other song is in a minor key.
Minor keys are depressing.
They are. So essentially, like, that's what makes it even more freaky, because you know that part of the game where the song plays, it shouldn't
the most
be
depressing part.
It's depressing, but the song is in a major key, so it messes with your senses. So, you know what's sad is that part of the game isn't even going to be in this next game.
What?
Because
you would think that would make a perfect cliffhanger.
That's probably why it's not going. No, the game is it's going to end at the end of Midgar. You know, after the motorcycle thing. So that's it. So that means we're going to have to be attached for like another 2 or 3 years before they do that to us.
And I mean,
man,
that's
going to hurt.
How is that going to be 2 parts?
It's going to be 3. It's going to be a trilogy.
It's going to have to be.
They haven't said what the other parts are going to be, or they actually haven't even said how many parts total there will be. I think there will be 3. I think, like from the beginning, I thought there would be 3. I thought the first part would be Midgar up until they access the world map in the original game. The third part would be after Meteor is summoned and to the end of the game, and then the second part would be everything between those. And I still think that's what it's going to be.
Maybe they'll just mimic how, the original was 3 discs. So.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the original, like, the third disc was literally just the final boss. Because there was, like, literally a 30-minute cutscene at the end that included the end credits and the finale of the game. And that's a lot of information to get onto a CD. So they literally needed the third disc for that. Fun fact, the entire game is actually programmed on each of the discs. Every single part of the game. The only differences between them are the F and V's, which, they're split up between the, what each CD could hold. So,
right.
But yeah, no. So the splitting of the game between those 3 parts evenly, like having each disc be a different game of the remake, it makes sense when you first think about it. But then you go into it, it's like, well, that would make the third game really, really short, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah.
So, no, that's why I said, like, Midgar, World Map, Meteor, in that order is what I think it'll be. And most people who I've talked to have said that it's going to be the same. Crystal, what they want is for each of these games to be as big as a game. As, like, what you would expect of a JRPG these days. Like, you know how... Okay, you probably don't, but like Xenoblade Chronicles 2, the average player takes between 80 and 120 hours to beat it.
I'm just wondering if they're gonna, like, stats and stuff will be transferable, or if it just starts over level 0.
No, it'll be interesting to see how they handle that, the transference, and especially if they want to make it like, do you want the possibility of playing the later parts without playing the first parts? How would they handle that? It'll be interesting, but that's probably not in their mind right now. They'll figure out later, but like, they want for each of these parts to be as big as that 80 to 120 hours per part. So this first game that comes out in March, it took me about 20 hours on the original PlayStation game to get to the point where that game ends. So they're expanding that to be like 4 or 5 times the content for casual players. I'm sure you could speedrun through it in way faster time, but they're just expanding the world. They're making Midgar open world now with tons of side quests and other things for you to do, mini games. They're introducing a few new characters here and there. They're expanding the story. The cutscenes, of course, will take more time to watch. There's just a lot of stuff that they're doing with that game to make it bigger. So they wanted to split it up into several parts instead of just making an enormous 500-hour game that would take them probably another decade to develop. Why do that when you could just split it and have people enjoy each part as they come out, which I think is the correct decision.
Oh, yeah. By the way, thank you so much, Raiders. I appreciate that.
More raids.
It's going well. But just so you know, I am actually doing a shiny race for Skull Shirtigal, and he is streaming on his end too, so his link is in the description as well. We are both going after Applin. We both have the shiny charm. We both have the oval charm, the catch charm, which doesn't matter here. Flame body Pokemon. We're doing about as high and equal odds as possible, so it's pretty fair and square. It's just a matter of who among the two of us will be the luckiest and get it first. So
yeah, I guess like the one downside of that is that one event at the end of Disc 1 that would put it in the middle of Game 2, so you would have to endure that, and then that wouldn't even be the end of the game.
It is kind of. I mean, without giving away spoilers, I do think it's low-key kind of dumb. Like, I think that would be the perfect cliffhanger for this.
Well, there was a rumor, which has long been defunct, that the game would be split into 2 parts, and part 1 would end at that point, and like
Right.
that would be the end, like black screen, roll credits.
I mean, that's perfect.
It would have been, but I feel like at that point it probably would have been too depressing. It would have been too much of a cliffhanger for people to want to continue.
Man, heck this game. Killed my favorite character.
I don't know. I feel like it kind of would have been the equivalent of, like, you know how movies are split into multiple parts these days? Like, Infinity War ended with a cliffhanger, but it was a good cliffhanger, right? But then,
Right.
but then you have, like, I don't know if you've seen it, like the Hunger Games Mockingjay.
I haven't seen it.
Okay, well, that one, part 1 ended with a cliffhanger, and it wasn't a good kind of cliffhanger. It was sort of depressing, and like at that point you don't even care about what happens afterwards. At least that's how I felt. I didn't watch part 2. I watched every movie, but not part 2.
I think I'm the same way. No, I did watch Mockingjay Part 2, and I think it was so long ago, so I don't remember. But I think in hindsight, it's literally the same reason. Like, I just was underwhelmed with the ending.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
all right.
So I feel like if they had done that with this, it probably would have been similar, or it would have just been too much of a downer that people wouldn't have bothered wanting to see what happens afterwards. So, Mockingjay movies were not that good. I agree, Finn. But to be fair, they were pretty loyal adaptations of the book, which also wasn't that good. My favorite Hunger Games film was Catching Fire. I thought that was amazing. I thought the first one was already good, but the second one just was really good. And then Mockingjay was like, meh. And by the time I was done with part 1, I didn't care to see what happened afterwards. I knew what would happen afterwards. It wasn't interesting anymore. So
Keep running into stupid zigzagoons.
And to be fair, like, literally half the game takes place after that one part of Final Fantasy VII. So, like, splitting it up into 2 parts and having that be the end of part 1, it would have logically made sense, but I'm worried that it would have turned off new players.
Right.
So, whereas here, you're literally, like, springboarding out of Midgar at the end of this part. And it's like, you got this whole new world ahead of you. You gotta wait a year before you can explore it. Like, I feel like that is a good cliffhanger. Like, oh, you thought this was the game. This is just a small part. This is one city of many of this world, and you're going to explore every single one of those in the future.
There's another game. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, we know a bunch of stuff about PlayStation and potentially even Xbox, but we still largely don't know too much about, Nintendo. Like you said, I'm hopeful maybe there's a chance that Breath of the Wild 2 might come out, for the fall next year. But like,
I wouldn't be at all surprised if they focus solely on Xenoblade Chronicles HD and Tokyo Mirage Sessions, and then had one big surprise at the end of the year, and that's it. Like, it's just so clear to me now that, like, 2017 was a fluke, unfortunately. Everything since then has been ports and games that we knew were existence long ahead of time. So, like, what else is coming out that we know of? Bayonetta 3, like, Shin Megami Tensei 5, which we haven't heard about since before the Switch came out. But we know it's coming.
Metroid Prime 4.
Metroid Prime 4, Breath of the Wild 2. what else? That's it. I wouldn't be surprised if that's literally all they have planned until the end of the Switch's lifetime, and they're just going to spread them out one per year and maybe throw in a few ports and maybe a few smaller AAA games here and there during the other months. But like that might be all that they got planned.
I'm hopeful.
Oh,
at the very
Animal
least,
Crossing, yeah.
we get like another Mario Kart that's not a mobile game. You know,
Yeah.
with fresh new tracks and maybe even a new Mario, like Mario for Switch.
Yeah. But, yeah, like, unfortunately, when they were releasing a game a month in 2017, I was excited, because I thought, if this is the new norm, then Nintendo's doing it right, but it wasn't. It wasn't.
Right.
And this year, like, we got Yoshi's Crafted World in, what, June? Something like that? And then Mario Maker in July, and Link's Awakening in September, Luigi's Mansion in October, and was that it? And Pokemon November. Like, cool, but man, I really wish they had more online multiplayer games like Splatoon. Not just games that have a little multiplayer function thrown in there to make it seem like you're getting a bargain.
Right. Hey, what's up, Artemis? Yeah, and I don't think Splatoon 3 will be out until like next console.
I would be okay with a Splatoon spin-off between now and then on this console. Like, something focusing on a different, like, an RPG or, like, a Splatoon game that focuses on a different mode altogether or something like that. You know, just something. Okay, this playlist is repeating itself now, which is stupid because it has over 500 songs.
Oof.
That's fine.
That's the odds. 1 in 500.
Yeah.
You know, we live in a world where Disney Plus has the newer Avengers movie available, but not the older Infinity Wars. It has Endgame and not Infinity Wars.
Well, I think Infinity War was still under contract with Netflix, so...
It is, but it's just funny that happens.
Yeah, it's funny. It'll be there eventually, we know that. Like, I was happy to see Thor Ragnarok made it there this month. Like, yes! I like, when Disney Plus launched and it wasn't there, I was so disappointed, but it's here now, so I'm very happy.
I almost thought you got the shiny there for a moment. You were like, "Yes!"
Sorry.
I was like, "Wait a minute."
No, I was invoking Chris Hemsworth. It's all right. He's a friend from work. A new Paper Mario would be great, Crystal. As long as it's not Color Splash. I find it sad that Nintendo released 2 new games in the entirety of 2016, and both of them sucked.
Which game?
Paper Mario Color Splash and Star Fox Zero.
Was that like the end of the Wii U or something?
Yeah, that's all that came out on the Wii U in 2016. They were preparing for the Switch. It was obvious. It's like nothing came out for the PlayStation this year. What, Death Stranding and that's it?
I honestly would like to say, and you mentioned Death Stranding with Sweep, and it's possible. I'll be upset if it does. I mean, I haven't.
I will too.
But like,
it's like. Oh man, I'm sorry to cut you off, but like the way I describe it is like it's one of those movies that nobody watches because nobody enjoys it, but everyone agrees it's still a great film. Like, I feel like Death Stranding is that. Every single person I've seen who has played it said it's not for me, but I see why other people would enjoy it, and I do think it's a good game even though I don't like it. Every single person says that. So I feel like it's going to win just because Hideo Kojima made it, not because it actually was a good game, but because they believe that since he made it, that makes it a good game.
Right.
So
yeah, I don't know. I'm hopeful that that Smash Ultimate wins because it's not the greatest game per se, but I think of the candidates, it took the most manpower, the most effort to make happen. You know what I mean? There's a lot behind the scenes in that game.
Yeah.
Get all those games together. And I know Nintendo has a much smaller audience than, like PlayStation and
Smash sold like what, 10 million units? Like, no, it sold like 12. Hold on, I could pull up an exact number here real quick.
But I mean, it's still it's fighting against the odds.
15.7 mil. So, yeah, that's a really good seller.
But I mean, I do think if you're basing it not on units sold, but on effort made.
But on actual greatness.
Yeah,
And-
I do think Smash should win.
And I do understand, like, it's hard. It's not apples to apples, no pun intended. Super Smash Brothers is a fighting game, and
Right, which
Death
isn't for
Stranding
everybody.
is a quick time event walking simulator. It is very hard to compare the two. They are not the same kind of game. They will not appeal to the same kind of people. So it's hard
Right.
to choose which is objectively better of the two. That's not a decision that anyone should try and make, but that's what the Game Awards is. So,
Right.
didn't Smash Ultimate outsell the entire Wii U? Yes, it did. It did, 100%.
I'm getting close to having to empty another box here.
I'm on box 22 out of 32, so... Yeah, no, Crystal, that would be great, but Nintendo's basically said they're done with the Virtual Console, so that's not going to happen.
That reminds me real quick, and this is more of a personal thing on my side of the chat, but since Sam brought it up real quick, and it is on the running, Resident Evil 2. I know I have primarily a Nintendo audience, but like, would you guys have any interest in me streaming that?
I
It's
would
on
watch.
sale.
I would watch you do it. Yeah.
It's $19, so I'm like, well, now's the chance. Should I get it? So
Yeah.
it's like,
Is there like a Game of the Year version of it?
not yet. I'm
Oh.
sure there will be though, but like, but yeah, no, it's interesting that a horror game on the ballot is. That's like normally.
Well,
doesn't
I
happen.
mean, Resident Evil 2 has always been like considered one of the best games, so I'm not too
Right.
surprised. I heard the remake was actually incredibly good too, so like it was almost enough for me to want to grab it, and I hate horror. So but yeah, I mean, like looking at the past few games of the year, it's nice to see such a nice variety. Last year's Game of the Year at the Game Awards was God of War. I would have guessed Red Dead Redemption, but God of War
I would
won.
have too. And Red Dead sweeped a lot, except
know.
for that one.
And
It
then
was
God
kinda
of War
random.
won, and I thought,
Yeah.
actually, I'm not even mad. I was pretty happy about that. Dad of Son actually won. So, and then the year before, of course, Breath of the Wild. It was the first time a Nintendo game had won, and everyone was like, "Yep, deserved it, 100%, not even close." But you know what won the year before that? In 2016, Overwatch.
Did that win Game of the Year?
Yes, Overwatch
What? I
won
don't even
Game of
remember
the
that.
Year.
Oh wow!
And I
didn't
mean,
know
playing,
that fun
you know, if anyone has ever played Overwatch, it is the sort of game where, like, yeah, it's good. It's really good. You can get addicted to it. It's easy to pick up, and it takes a long time to get actually good at it. But like, Overwatch won Game of the Year in 2016. So, an online FPS shooter game, I know that's redundant, but whatever, won the year before Breath of the Wild, a climbing simulator RPG, which was the year before God of War, a cinematic RPG. So, yeah, the fact that all of those have won Game of the Year makes it so that, you know, it doesn't make Smash look that unlikely anymore. You're
crazy.
surprised Fortnite did not get Game of the Year? Well, it won last year for, I'd like to say 3 different categories, including Best Online Game. And to be fair, for most of Fortnite's first chapter, so for basically the entirety of its launch, I'd say maybe the first 6 or 7 seasons, it actually was like fun for everyone, no matter what. And ever since then, it's sort of gone downhill. I mean, a lot of Fortnite YouTubers that I watch now, they don't play Fortnite anymore. They're all playing Call of Duty because it's more fun.
Really?
And Fortnite isn't putting out new updates either. Like, since Chapter 2 launched, there hasn't been a single new gun. There hasn't been a single new area. Like, Chapter 2, what was there day 1 is all there is now. What is it, 3-4 months later, something like that? So yeah, Fortnite is definitely, like, I wouldn't call it dead, but it is certainly dying. Like, you have
Right.
to be, like, you literally have to be so good that you're earning money from it in order to keep playing the game right now. So
It's on the decline.
it is on the decline, yeah.
How many eggs are you at?
That was 176.
I'm at 160.
Ah, not bad. Yeah, Reese said that sounds like a hacked Vivian to me. I don't trust the 3DS GTS I don't trust anything on the 3DS anymore, actually. It's way too easy to hack Pokemon into that game. It's getting rather easy on the Switch, too, for people who know what they're doing. So, I'd say until maybe after Christmas, anything you get from Wonder Trade, I would say, yeah, that's probably legitimate. But, like, beginning around spring, anything you get from Wonder Trade that looks too good to be true, it probably is. My camera is not in sync. Well, I don't really feel like fixing it. Sorry.
Anytime I veer to the right, I always run into the same stupid Zigzagoon. And that, like, doesn't do me any favors. Oh, man. This is the third time. And I got a stupid Colossal, so I can't really run. It's slow as molasses.
The Game Awards.
Oh, my God.
Please listen to me. There we go.
Hang on 1 second.
Oh, didn't mean you had to listen to me. Just my stupid Google. Game Awards, not that. History. The Game Awards Wikipedia. Why is it having such a hard time loading everything on my phone lately? Oh, because I'm on the wrong connection. Duh. No, but I haven't played Fortnite since Season 9. At some point, I just realized I didn't enjoy it anymore. I was too obsessed with trying to win, and I was going up against people who were so much better than me. And I realized I would never get better, so there was no point in even trying anymore. So I just stopped, and I haven't tried it ever since.
Haven't tried what? I cut out there for
playing Fortnite. All right, so
Fortnite.
Previous winners. 2015's winner was The Witcher 3, and 2014's was Dragon Age Inquisition.
Are we talking about Game of the Year?
Yeah. So yeah, Dragon Age Inquisition, Witcher 3, Overwatch, Breath of the Wild, God of War. In that
Witcher
order.
3 is that old?
Yeah, 2015. I mean, it just came out on the Switch last month, but you know.
I know, but like I could have sworn it was a lot newer than that.
No, I thought it was older, frankly. I thought it was 2011 for some reason. Maybe that was Witcher 2. What was 2013 Skyrim? I wouldn't be surprised. The Wikipedia article doesn't go back that far. Only since it became the Game Awards instead of the Spike Lee, whatever it was anyway.
Spike Lee.
It had something to do with Spike Lee, actually. Oh, no, the Spike Video Game Awards. My bad.
Oh, okay. Spike Lee.
Anyway, no, 2013's Game of the Year was GTA 5. Which I probably would have voted for, frankly.
Yeah, that's a good one. And
But
it's still popular to this day.
I know.
It's just insane.
GTA Online literally earns more money than any other game released for the last 3 years. Every single year for the last 3 years, GTA 5 has earned more money for its online than any other game, even Fortnite. So
That's insane.
that is insane.
And they've still managed to release Red Dead Redemption 2 between them.
Yeah. And they're working on something new. They've said it's going to be a brand new IP. It's not going to be a sequel. It's going to be something completely different. So,
Same environment though, like open world type ordeal.
Yeah.
I imagine.
2016 was Overwatch Jetvac.
It's crazy, man.
But yeah,
I
like,
could have sworn Overwatch was older than Witcher 3.
no, no, I thought Overwatch was fairly new. So it's hard to remember. You know, the Switch came out almost 3 years ago. 3 years ago, we knew what the Switch looked like, right? We got our first trailer of it in October 2016. So 3 years ago next month was the Switch presentation conference where they had like a 2-hour long stream just showing off what the Switch was, some games that were coming out for it, and that's when we got our final trailer for Breath of the Wild, which I consider the greatest video game trailer of all time.
You think so?
For the final trailer for that game, oh yeah, I still go back and watch it now and get goosebumps. But yeah, so I don't think Smash is that out of the running. Frankly, I do think Death Stranding will win. Again, not
I
because
think it was-
not because everyone thinks it's a good game, but because they think that it is a good game. But I think Smash does have a chance.
I definitely think, like I said, it has a chance. But if it doesn't win, I still think of the ones on the ballot, it definitely took the most effort
Yeah,
to make.
I think I think it took
you
the
can't
most.
deny that.
I think it took the most paperwork.
Right.
Yeah. Just the fact that they actually did get Banjo and Kazooie in there, like, it's obvious that they have been listening to their fans and what they want and what we want in Smash, and that they are willing to go to lengths to make it happen.
Right.
What's my opinion on Overwatch 2? All I know is what I saw at BlizzCon, the BlizzCon trailer, and what they talked about as far as the details of, like, I think what I've seen so far, and I'm tentative on this, it looks like a sequel done right, because they are allowing cross-progression between 1 and 2. Any progress you make on one, you'll be able to make on the other. Anything that they add to 2, they will also add to 1 in terms of characters and maps. Honestly, it just looks like a sequel done right, like I said. And I am still tentative on this because it is Blizzard and they're known to make stupid decisions later on after they get everyone all happy. But I am pretty optimistic about it.
Yeah, I'm pumped. It's going to be awesome.
I can't wait to, get it and play it when it's relevant and hopefully get people to actually watch. Because I do love playing Overwatch. I just don't have too many opportunities to play it. And being able to play it to an audience really makes it a lot more motivating, I guess.
I think they did the Christmas event today, actually.
Let's see, Persona 5 won RPG of the Year, not Game of the Year.
It did, and it was up in the running for Game of the Year, but
Yeah.
I forgot what it
That
won.
was 2017?
Yeah.
Oh, then it lost to Breath of the Wild. I mean, that was the same year. Like, 2017 was a really good year because I know Horizon Zero Dawn was up as well. Was Super Mario Odyssey in the running?
I don't
Maybe,
recall.
but like, it was like, you got a lot of really good games that year. You got Breath of the Wild, which won, and you got others that were really high up there as well. Horizon Zero Dawn, Persona 5, Mario Odyssey. Fallen Order should win Game of the Year. Heh, don't make me laugh. 2017 Game of the Year nominees. Oh, PUBG. Yeah, everything what I said and PUBG. So, PUBG, Persona 5, Horizon Zero Dawn, Super Mario Odyssey, and Breath of the Wild.
Man.
I don't know if I would have said PUBG was worthy of that nomination, but the other 4 definitely were.
Persona 5 winning RPG of the Year was a big one, too, because that was against... You realize people don't know the fact that one that was so big, because guess what? It was up against the RPG behemoth, Final Fantasy 15.
Right.
And
Well-
Persona 5 took it out.
I mean, frankly, I would have chosen Persona 5 over 15.
Me too. It's one of the weaker ones. But my point is, Square Enix Final Fantasy, they own the RPG.
Yeah, no.
genre, and it's
Like, Persona 5 beating Final Fantasy. Persona beating Final Fantasy for RPG of the Year, yeah, that's huge.
That's huge.
I have yet
So-
to play 15, but I've seen enough of it to know, yeah, it's one of the weaker ones. Better than 13, but...
Right, better than 13.
But, that's not saying much. 13 was... I think most people would consider 13 maybe the worst. If you don't count the sequels, because Lightning Returns would be the worst, but like 13 is the worst. No, I take that back. 14 version 1 was the worst. For those of you who don't know, okay, Final Fantasy 11 and 14 are not console RPG games. They are MMOs. Massively multiplayer online. So you can only play them when you're online, and you can only play them in the presence of other people who are also online. If you don't know what an MMO is, think League of Legends, World of Warcraft, that sort of thing. So that's what Final Fantasy 11 and 14 are. When 14 launched, it was so bad, they literally took the game down after, a month and
they had to
scrapped
redo
it and started from scratch all over again. It was that bad.
Wasn't it called 14 Reborn or Rebirth or something?
Yeah, like the 14 we get now is not the 14. Like the 14 now is actually like the single biggest MMO of all time, even
And it's
bigger
really
than
good.
Warcraft. Think about
It's
that.
really good.
Yeah, Warcraft's been around for what, 20 years, but Final Fantasy 14 actually is bigger than that now. That's insane. And it's really good, like he said. Like, they just keep coming out with new expansions, and every time they do, I'm not a member of the game, but I watch the trailers, and I'm like, oh, this is exciting. And but it launched so bad.
Before I started my YouTube, that was what I did, was competitive Overwatch and Final Fantasy 14, and I did the first 2 expansions, so like it was really good. It was really good. And then I did YouTube, and now I don't have time for anything.
Didn't they literally start the apocalypse for the original 14? Yeah, like in universe, what happened to 14's original world was it suffered an
got destroyed.
apocalypse.
Yeah, like I think
It is
Bahamut, like, blew it up or
canon,
something.
essentially, that the original 14 did exist and it got wiped out. That's how bad it was when even Square Enix themselves said, yeah, that needs to go. Oh, man.
How many eggs are you at? I'm about to have to start releasing again.
190.
190. I'm at 175.
You think it's way too easy to tell the difference between the shiny and non-shiny? Well, for a lot of
Applin,
Pokemon,
yes, but for some of them, no.
yeah, like people always ask me what my least favorite shiny is. It's anything that looks so close that you can't tell the difference. Like my go-to my go-to example is Garchomp. Like unless you were looking at them
Garchomp.
side by side, you wouldn't know. So anyway, yeah, I mean, I have thought of checking out Final Fantasy 14. You get like a 1 month free trial.
It's fun, but like it's I mean, it's
You
might
need to
be
be
the point
invested.
now where you can. Yeah, no, definitely. Like I couldn't do that on YouTube unless I streamed it, which I know it'd be like one person in the chat. So
Yeah. No, like even if I streamed it right here, I'd probably get 12. So
yeah, which is unfortunate.
yeah. No, I know with 7 Remake, I'm going to get 100. And most of them will be my fans, not just newcomers. Although I hope I get newcomers. But 14, yeah, no.
Yeah.
No, but I am interested in checking out the mythos of 14. Like, oh,
It's
man.
very good, and there's lots of good remixes of songs from old Final Fantasy games. They've mixed in some of the lore, like really a lot of 6 and 12 lore is in there. Like,
Oh,
you
that's
know,
good.
like-
I loved the I love 6. I've been playing through 6
Yeah.
a little bit. Oh man, playing the
there's
original
a
6.
ton of 6 lore.
Yeah, playing 6 on a Super Nintendo now is like, whoa, what was I missing? Because this is like so good.
Like I can give you a little thing right now. Like it's a DLC bonus side boss, but so it's not main storyline. But
Okay.
Kefka's in there.
Oh,
so-
really?
Yeah, and like they remixed his song and everything, and it's really cool. So like
Yeah, I know. Dissidia has been adding all sorts of stuff to. I mean, Dissidia is, itself a spin-off. It's not anywhere close to canon, but anyway, I'm seeing a lot of people mentioning nicknames in the chat. If you want to nickname whatever my shiny is whenever it comes, then do a bid on it, and whoever bids the most gets to name the Applin when I get it as a shiny.
So, like for example, if the current lead is $10, if someone bids $10.01, they'll be in the lead.
Or on my end, the lead is $2.63. So if you bid $2.64 or £2 and a penny, then yeah, you got $3 to spare. That's less than the cost of a Big Mac at a McDonald's. Then you get to
true.
name my apple. But it needs to be before I get the shiny. You're free to donate after I get the shiny, but I'll only take nicknames before then. So,
Nice.
but yeah, no, I've fallen in love with Final Fantasy. You know what's really interesting?
What?
We have the ability now to create Super Nintendo cartridges of like Final Fantasy V with an English ROM. So you can play Final Fantasy V in English on a Super Nintendo as if
That
it
is
released
wild.
here. Yeah,
That's cool.
like my favorite example is it's not Final Fantasy, it's Mana, Trials of Mana, the basically Secret of Mana 2. Never released here in America until this year, when Collection of Mana released on the Switch, and Trials of Mana was revealed and playable in English for the first time. So what people have done is they have taken that English translation, the official English translation from 2019, and they patched it onto the actual ROM on Super Nintendo cartridges from 1994, and now you can play that game that never released here as if it did release here 25 years ago.
Oh man.
Doesn't that just boggle your mind a little bit?
It does, dude.
Like, and it's on real hardware too. It's not emulation. It's an actual cartridge, as if it were a thing that released here. I mean, same with Star Fox 2. Once the Super Nintendo Classic came out, people got the ROM of that game, put it onto real Super Nintendo cartridges. Now you could play it, and it's the official ROM from Nintendo. So it's like,
and now
if
it's coming out on SNES Online on the 12th.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's like, you know, if you want to pretend like it did come out here back in 1995, you can now. You could go to Etsy. There's people who sell them. They even come with like nice boxes and manuals as if it were the real thing. So it's so awesome.
Speaking of Switch Online and RPGs, did you ever play Breath of Fire?
No.
It's actually really good, and they're releasing They already had Breath of Fire 1 on Switch Online and 2, which is interesting that they decided to do that. But Breath of Fire 1 in particular was curious because it's actually a Capcom RPG, and Capcom during the SNES was no joke. They did some really quality things.
Yeah, no,
and,
Capcom was great until about 10 years ago when Capcom became Crapcom.
Yeah. But what's interesting, the box has Squaresoft's logo on it, but that's because Squaresoft was in charge of the American translation. So it was developed by Capcom, and like I guess everything else produced and translated by Squaresoft. But it's really good. I'd recommend it.
All right, I'll look into it maybe.
It's classic spritey feel if you like Final Fantasy VI, which you said you did. It's got that look to it. Got that.
Yeah,
vibe.
no. Like Super Nintendo was when 2D art was perfected. When non 3D stuff was just made perfect in every way. Like ever since then, anything that is 2D art uses that looks better uses 3D in some capacity. So like Shovel Knight, for example, that's made in like a 2D sort of art style, but it relies heavily on current gen hardware that would not have been possible back then. So, but then you get to like games like, oh man, anything in the top 50 of the Super Nintendo just looks so good, and like they just define the system. Like even non-first party games, like you get your Super Mario World, you get your Yoshi's Island, you get your Star Fox, but then you get like the Mega Man X games, and you get the Final Fantasy games, and you get, oh man, like Turtles in Time.
Turtles in Time.
There's so many great Super Nintendo games. That's why I consider that my favorite Nintendo console. Even though I didn't have one growing up, I literally didn't even play one at all until I bought one for myself like 3 years ago. But I'm obsessed with it. I'm obsessed with the art. I'm obsessed with the games. That is when games stopped feeling like games and started feeling like true experiences, like stories that you could just actually get ingrained in and fall in love with and just really get invested in.
It's got like the thing. It's arguably one of my favorite consoles. It Switch is really good now at this point. If ports are really acceptable, Switch is really good. But and PlayStation 3 and 4 as well too. But it's got that charming look to it. It's not. It's in between NES and it's in between the really awkward polygons of N64. It's right in the middle where it's got a charming look. And
yeah.
So it's kind of timeless, ageless vibe to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So. About to hatch number 200.
Oh snap! I'm at 185. Chirping around.
Number
I have no idea
200.
where my eggs are.
Let's see if number 200 even will be my shiny. I'm still so jealous you got that Lugia on your first stream.
And that was full
For
odds.
those of you who don't know, he got a shiny Lugia full odds in Heart Gold Soul Silver.
Yeah.
So that's literally 1 in 8,192 odds, which is about, hold on, 15 times the odds of what we're working with today, and he got it on the very first stream that he was going after it.
423 attempts. I was literally about to, all right, we're ending this stream. And then, like, I got it.
He got it in 440.
Don't hate me, Skull.
No, I don't hate you. I'm impressed.
Well, trust me, it came back to bite me now. Like, my last 200 said, the Toxel took me 26 hours, and Farfetch took me 39, so...
Life is tough.
You know,
Yeah.
it came back, but that's a good first story. You know?
Yeah, that
like,
was
what was
great.
your first shiny hunt? Well, I got a shiny Lugia. I was like, oh, okay.
My
cool.
first shiny hunt's sort of lame, actually. I was sick and tired of everyone else I knew getting a shiny in X and Y, so I decided to go to Route 3, throw an old rod, get a shiny Magikarp, got it an hour later.
Oof.
So that was my first. That was my first shiny hunt. My first shiny was a random shiny Krabby in Pokemon Silver, and I didn't know that it was shiny. I didn't know what shiny Pokemon were then. I thought it was some sort of reward Pokemon for doing a quest or something, and so I had no qualms with restarting the game a few years later when I felt like playing through the story again, because I thought, oh, I'll just figure out how I got it and get another one. I have yet to.
I'm pretty sure when I was younger, I may have stumbled upon a shiny before I even knew what shinies were, and because when I was a kid, I didn't give a crap about shinies. I just wanted to play Pokemon. So
Yeah.
now it's like,
Oh,
hey,
me
shiny,
too.
You know. So
You know,
I'm
it is
sure-
possible to shiny hunt in Gen 1, but only for gift Pokemon and for special event Pokemon like the like Mewtwo and the birds.
So you can get a shiny Mewtwo in Gen 1?
Yes. I have a friend who did. It was his 100th shiny hunt, and he made it Mewtwo in Gen 1 in yellow. And of course there are no shinies in Gen 1. What you have to do is after you catch it, you have to look at the stats. And if the stats line up exactly so, then it's a shiny. And the only way to know for sure is to transfer it to Gen 2. So it's a stupid hunt, and you're limited on the Pokemon you can get out of it, but it is possible. Because all shinies are, especially in Gen 2, they're just the correct mixture of stats in a specific order. So once you get that, you've got a shiny. And stats
didn't know
work the
that.
same way in Gen 2 as they do in Gen 1, so... Yeah. They're different in Gen 3, but you can't transfer up that far anyway, so it doesn't matter.
We're getting close to where people tend to start hatching them.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll see.
And I'm gonna definitely have to do a mass box release here soon.
I have yet to get to that point.
Oof, how many have you filled though?
I'm on 205, so how much is that? It's like almost, hold on, 7, almost 7 boxes. So I'm almost done with box 23.
So how would you rate so far, pre-shiny, your first shiny race experience?
Super fun. Super fun.
Yeah, I mean, you can
I realize
talk about
I've been
whatever.
talking for more of this than you have. I'm just a talkative person.
I don't mind. Yeah, no, that's the thing. That's the thing about these shiny hunts. Like, you just talk.
Yeah. I love talking.
It's-
That's why I shiny hunt on Twitch, is so that I just like, hey guys, I'm passing the time. What do we want to talk about? And people just throw out random topics. Like they want
Like
my
I said-
opinion on something, or I have something going on that I want to chat about.
I mean, it's not like it's riveting gameplay, so you just gotta.
Yeah.
talk.
Pretty much. What are the chances of a shiny in this gen? A random shiny, 1 in 4,096. But we have lowered the odds all the way down to 1 in 512. So I'm actually really close to the halfway mark. Halfway mark is going to be 256. So I'm 50 away from the halfway mark.
How many Pokemon were in Gen 2? 250?
251, if you count
Okay.
Celebi.
It would have been funny if it was 256. Be like, oh, hey, isn't that neat?
Yeah.
Let's see. All right, I need to start probably. Oh, no. not
So
yet.
beginning right about now, if one of us gets the shiny, then that'll be the end of the stream, right?
Right, that's fine.
Yeah. I mean, we have been going for over 3 hours now, so.
Yeah.
No chance of KFC, though. That's okay.
Oof.
I'll get KFC later this week.
I'm hopeful we do. At least one of us do get it, or maybe even both.
So somebody in my chat, this was an hour ago, by the way, but somebody in my chat was asking, what do you think of the PS5 hype? And I just thought maybe we could talk about that, because you said you got your CV solely for your PS5.
Pretty much, because I know I'm pretty sure that's going to be just standard out of the box 4K. So I was like, well, it's time for me to get a 4K
No, I'd be
TV.
shocked. I'd be shocked if any of those games, especially first-party games on that system, didn't try and push for 4K, or at least better than 1080p.
Right. So no, I'm pumped for it, man. I think, and plus I've heard that it's like not just recent, but fully backwards compatible, possibly even
Yeah,
PlayStation.
they're
1.
aiming for 100% for
So-
PS4, and like you
Yeah,
said,
that's-
they're trying to get it for 1, 2, and 3 as well.
So that would be insanely wild and
It
true.
would.
Yeah, I'm hyped. I'm pumped.
It
I
would.
was really hopeful that they would at least, at the very least, just so it confirmed 100% true facts image of like the console and the controllers. Like, you know, but they didn't-
What we
they
have
didn't do
now
it.
is the dev kit, and I won't lie, I wish that the dev kit was the actual thing we get, but I do realize I'm in the minority with that. I don't know, it just looks sort of futuristic, reminds me of something from
It does.
Tron. I love it.
It does have that futuristic vibe.
It has the giant V in the middle for 5. I don't know. Like, I realize that most people prefer something that looks, inconspicuous. You could hide it on your entertainment center and it doesn't look out of place at all. I know that, but there's something about, things that look stick outish, but not in an ugly way that I love. No, I did not get Latios Crown Gamer. My 3DS kept crashing after a few resets, so I decided to just give up on that and focus on this. I did get up to 900 resets on the Latios, though, so I can't be mad about that.
Do you have a shiny Latias?
I do not. Oh, I do in some games somewhere, but I will be hunting for Latios in Omega Ruby later on. I want to get this Latios first, and then finish up the game, and then go straight to the island to get Latios. Yeah. No, but like the PS5 and Xbox Scarlet, those rumors get me really excited.
Yeah, that's another thing real quick too. This actually might be the first Xbox console I own coming up. Because
Really?
if it's fully backwards compatible, I wouldn't mind playing those old Halo games.
Yeah. I don't think it will be fully backwards compatible, but
Either.
but it's launching day one with the next Halo. Was it Infinite? With the next Halo, like that was the first next gen game that we ever saw in action.
Right.
And
right.
it looks good. I played the
Yeah.
original Halo. I've been playing the original Halo on my original Xbox for a while now. It's super fun. Nothing compared with what we got nowadays, but I could definitely see at the time how it was like. It came out the same year as the GameCube did in North America, for crying out loud. You could just tell how good it was back then compared to everything else. So no, but like as far as Xboxes go, I've got the original Xbox, I've got a 360, I've got 2 ones. I got a launch model and an X, and I got my X hooked up to my 4K monitor, and like I said, games running in full 4K on the Xbox One X just looks amazing. And of course,
I bet.
This is another main reason I got it. Actually, it can play 4K Blu-rays. So it's actually been a reason for me to pick up Ultra HD movies now. So like the very first one I ever bought was Star Wars: The Last Jedi, and then Infinity War, and I've gotten a few more since then. I've got Detective Pikachu, I got the Endgame, I got Captain Marvel. I picked up Frozen just last month in 4K, and let me just tell you, like these films in 4K just look so. Like, it's an otherworldly experience.
That's why I'm kind of holding out a little bit on what I watch on Disney Plus until I get to the new TV.
Yeah,
I'm like 4K.
Well, I'll tell you what. If you get a Chromecast Ultra, I think a Chromecast, yeah, I think it's Chromecast Ultra, then you can stream from your phone onto the TV in 4K.
Oh wow. Get rid of this TV.
But yeah, there's plenty of ways to set up your TV so it can do 4K.
5IB EV, I'm gonna get rid of that.
But yeah, I would be shocked if the PS5 and Xbox Scarlet did not include some way to play stuff in 4K on your TV. So, I don't know which one of those I'm more excited for, actually, because Microsoft this generation they sucked. They'll tell you they sucked. Like, they've been spending this entire generation licking their wounds and getting ready for the next one, and that excites me. They've been buying up a lot of studios. They're getting a lot of stuff planned, but my biggest hindrance is anything they make, it's not exclusive. Anything they make, they'll put on the PC, and PC will always be able to do better than a console.
Yeah, I kind of am annoyed about that too.
So like I bought, oh man, what's an Xbox One exclusive, guys? Just anything. Just shout out Gears of War 5. Let's just say Gears of War 5. All right, why would I buy that for my Xbox One X to play in 4K when I could buy it on PC to play it in 4K and with like all the settings just maxed out at 90 frames per second? So yeah, like at that point, why would you own an Xbox? So my hope is next gen they have true Xbox Scarlet exclusives that aren't on PC, but it probably won't be that way. And for that reason, I'm more excited for the PlayStation 5, because PlayStation 4, all the exclusives on that, man, that console is so worth owning. You can own a launch console you could probably find one used on Facebook Marketplace for $100.
See, well, here's a question for you, actually. I just thought about this, and I'm surprised we didn't touch it on it earlier.
Okay.
So, I just dawned on me.
Did it Horizon Zero dawn on you?
No, yes, it did.
That was stupid. That was stupid. Okay, continue.
Yeah, if Final Fantasy VII is going to be split into 3, what the heck? It's going to be part 1 on PS4 and then part, 2 and
just
3
today,
PS5.
I think, today or yesterday, I think today, they announced that it's PS4 exclusive for only a year.
Oh, okay.
So my guess is it'll get a PS5 port. Like, it'll probably get like a port on PS5 that can do 4K, maybe
4K,
even 4K 60. Can you imagine? Like, I'm fully expecting a year from now it'll be released on at least the Xbox One and PC. PC alone would make it awesome. I mean, think of all the Tifa mods we can do, but no. No, but like I would imagine it gets a PS5 port at some point, like Final Fantasy VII Remake. Like, it probably wouldn't even be renamed in any way. It would just be a flat out port.
Kind of like just Game of the Year edition or something.
Yeah, sort of like the difference between GTA 5 on Xbox 360 and GTA 5 on Xbox One. Like, it'll bump up the resolution, it'll probably add a few more features, but otherwise it's the same game.
And it'll bump up their sales numbers.
Yeah. No, trust me though. Like, if it were to relaunch on PS5, I might rebuy it. But
I probably would too if it's 4K. And,
but maybe not. I don't know. Like, I have no doubt you'd be able to transfer your save data from 4 to 5. Especially if they're aiming for 100% backwards compatibility. Like, I could play through the whole game on my 4, and then once I get a 5, spend the whole night after I get it just transferring all my data from 4 to 5. I don't know. But yeah, I wouldn't be shocked at all if they just did a port to PS5 for the remake. And then, honestly, whatever parts come after that, they might not even put on 4. They might just put only on 5. But maybe they'll put them on 4. I don't know. Persona 5 did get a port on PS3 in the year 2017.
Right.
That was literally one of the last 5 games ever made for that system. It was the last AAA game made for the PlayStation 3. So maybe Square Enix would put the next parts of Final Fantasy VII on a PS4 for the people who don't own a PS5.
It's possible. It really just depends on the gap.
Yeah, it does. So, yeah, no. I don't know. It'll be interesting. Probably, I would say before E3, we'll know more about the PlayStation 5. E3 is probably when we'll learn the most information, but before that we'll know more than we know now. And maybe they'll have some information about how that might work. Because I know that their goal from the beginning has been 100% backwards compatibility with PS4, and they have looked into BC with 1, 2, and 3. Whether they can achieve that or not, I don't know. If they do, it would be through emulation, which has some issues, but it's something. I think the PlayStation 3 would be the biggest hindrance to that. That thing is a really hard beast to program.
Right.
So 1 and 2, it's easy enough. We get plenty of emulation on PS2 nowadays with no issue. And 1 perfect emulation has been a thing for years. I mean, every single PlayStation 3 can play PS1 games with no issue. So,
do you think they're gonna like be sneaky and lock it behind a paywall, like like it's something similar to like Xbox Game Pass? Be like, hey, it's fully backwards compatible, but you gotta buy this service.
If they do, I won't take advantage of it because I got all those old systems, so why should I?
Yeah.
I could see them doing it, but I really hope they don't, and I don't think they will.
I don't think so either, but that seems to be the hot ticket these days. All these
Yeah,
services.
putting stuff behind a paywall.
Yeah.
This I literally had to skip that song because it was too loud. Let's just do this. Johto Ice Path. I love this song. I love this ice cave. Anyway, well, part of the reason Xbox lagged behind this gen was because of all this stuff that they were doing that was so anti-consumer. It just had people just miffed about the whole brand before the thing even launched. I don't think Sony would want to do that before. They don't want to take off their customers before their customers are their customers, if that makes sense.
That's true.
So, like, maybe they would introduce a paywall later, like Nintendo did with Online, but at least at launch, it would be a really good deal for a lot of people to say, hey, we know we're not launching with a lot of games, but do you still have your favorite PS1 games in your attic? Do you still have a ton of PS2 games that are mixed in with your DVDs on your shelf? Well, you can play all of those on the PlayStation 5 while you wait for a game that you will buy for the system. And I think that would sell a lot of consoles. That sold a lot of PS2s, the ability to play PS1 games. And that sold a lot of PS3s being able to play PS1 and 2 games. PS4 was literally the first console they ever made that was not backwards compatible day one. Heck, it couldn't even play audio CDs until a patch later. So
kind of weird.
That is so weird. But I mean, they can now, but
what's up, Naruto? Who is talking? That is Skull Shirtigal.
He's really annoying. I'm surprised Rick hasn't put me on mute yet.
No, it's we are doing a shiny raise. So basically, we're both streaming. His link is in the description of his perspective, and we're both going after an Applin, a shiny Applin, and we're even as far as our quote unquote odds because we both have the shiny charm, we both have the oval charm, we both have a flame body Pokemon in our party. So it's a clean slate, even Steven. It's just a matter of a numbers game. It's a matter of who's going to be luckier, who's going to get it. Now. As far as like overall quantity goes, Skull has an advantage because I'm like really behind, mainly because of the way my boxes are set up. Like I'm still at 195, but I just released a bunch.
I'm about to hatch 224.
But you never know. And once we're both in the 200 areas, that's when you see a lot of people, those early lucky hatches.
Yeah. Nate was saying. It's cool that you can play Wii games on the Wii U. Yeah, Nintendo has always been really good at backwards compatibility. The Switch is their very first home console since the N60, since the GameCube that couldn't do backwards compatibility. So I guess this generation of gaming is kind of unique in that regard because Sony dropped backwards compatibility with the PS4. You're able to buy a few games now through the store and play them through emulation, but you can't put in your old discs anymore, like you could with the PS2 and 3. Nintendo got rid of backwards compatibility with the Switch. Anything you want to play now that's old, you either have to hack your Switch to do homebrew, which I do not recommend, or you use the NES and Super Nintendo Online. Honestly, Xbox is the only one who really cares about that anymore.
Yeah.
They've actually
I'm
been
really-
adding, so
I'm really hopeful they'll add like N64 or GameCube next year.
yeah, that'd be nice.
It would be.
Yeah, you could play GameCube games on the Wii. In fact, the Wii is almost literally just a beefed up GameCube. The hardware inside is virtually identical.
Right.
So, so when you play those GameCube games on the Wii, they're playing pretty much perfectly. So yeah. Whereas anything on the Xbox One that is backwards compatibility, like the console has to be programmed to play those games properly. That's why you can only play specific games, because each of those games has to be programmed specifically to play on the One. There are some... Microsoft's been really good at adding games, though. Like, you can play games from the original Xbox on the thing now. Like, you can play the original Star Wars Battlefront 2 complete with all the DLC for free as long as you own the disc.
Wow.
You throw the disc in your Xbox One, it checks the store, says, yes, I can play this. It downloads the game, and then you play. And a lot of those games are up-resed as well. Like, Battlefront only peaked at 480p on the Xbox. It can do up to 1080p on the One, and it's actual 1080p resolution, not just line doubling. So, and then there's some games that can push a full 4K, like the original Gears of War. Like, you plop Gears of War from the original Xbox into your Xbox One X, it will play in full 4K resolution.
It'll upscale that much?
Well, it's not even an upscale. It's just a retexturing of the game. Like, it's a...
That's crazy.
Yeah. So Xbox has been doing backwards compatibility so well, whereas Nintendo and Sony essentially dropped it this gen. Like, the Wii U could play Wii games, but it wasn't exactly the same. Like, the Wii U is a different machine to a Wii, so...
Max in the chat, which I already know my answer, but I'm curious. He asks, would you be against the next trilogy for Star Wars having a blue alien main character instead of a human?
I wouldn't be against it. I'm up for, like, as far as Star Wars goes, I'm up for anything as long as it's interesting and exciting.
Yeah, I'd be down. I mean, at the end of the day, it's Star Wars, so I'm going to watch it, probably.
Yeah.
I'm
As far
invested.
as another trilogy goes, like, I'd be okay with a spin-off trilogy, not part of the Skywalker saga. As far as episodes, I want for 9 to be the final one. I don't want for there to be a 10, 11, 12.
Right. I don't think there will be.
No, I don't think so either. I'm happy with just, getting Disney Plus shows forever. That, like, if that was all they did for live action, I'd be happy. But they do have films coming out in 22, 24, 26. That was supposed to be the Game of Thrones showrunners trilogy, but then they left. So now it's up for grabs, and that's why I was saying I think Kevin Feige will be doing the next film.
I wonder why they left.
They got a better deal with Netflix, and the rumor is Lucasfilm wasn't happy with how they handled the backlash from the Game of Thrones finale.
It's like how they handled it, you mean?
For anyone who doesn't know, like, Game of Thrones... Okay, if you're a kid, don't watch it. It is not for kids. I'm an adult, and I had a hard time watching it. But, like, the final season was very rushed, and it was obvious, like, as I was watching it, like, the last 2 or 3 episodes, it's just obvious they were just tying things up because they needed the show to end now instead of because that's how it naturally went. And something happened in the next to last episode where a main character did something that a lot of fans were very critical of. And, like, this is something that affected the entire series. Like, everything that led up to that point was thrown out the window. And that is objective, not subjective. I watched it and I'm like, yeah, that was uncalled for. So how they handled that was not accepting that they were in a rush and not accepting that they might have made a mistake, but basically they said, no, this is definitely her character. And then this year at a Comic-Con in Austin, they basically admitted they had no idea what they were doing the whole freaking series. They had the books to go on, and then once the books ran out, they had to turn to their consultants because they didn't know anything about what was going on.
Oh man, that's rough.
So, yeah. So the rumor is that they were kindly let go. Basically Netflix approached them. This is true. This part is true. Netflix approached them and said, "We'll pay you $150 million to make a series for us," but they were already under contract with Lucasfilm. That part is true. After that is speculation, but probably Lucasfilm said, "Please take that. You're welcome to come back later, but obviously you need a bit more experience before we're comfortable letting you touch our franchise." Because they and Lucasfilm have both said that they want to come back later after their commitment with Netflix is over. So I think Lucasfilm is sort of giving them a second chance to show that they are capable of doing something like that before they do Star Wars. So Lucasfilm is like, they've had to let go so many people. It's sort of sad. The first instance of anything going wrong was with Rogue One. They had to reshoot something like 30% of the film because the first cut wasn't good enough. But luckily, the people who watched it.
Oh man.
But the director was all on board with that. Said, "Okay, what reshoots do you guys want to do? I'll head what I can, and you guys can be in charge of whatever else." So that's what happened after that, and some of those reshoots were literally done 3 weeks before the film came out. Like the guy who wrote the score for the film, the music, he didn't get the score done until 3 weeks before the film was out. That's how close they cut it.
Oof, that's crazy.
That includes the Darth Vader scene at the end of the film. That was not originally there.
Well, thank God they put that in.
Yeah,
that's
right?
Like the best part of the movie.
Yeah. The second instance of them having to fire someone was Josh Trank. He was supposed to do the Boba Fett film, and then he made Fantastic Four.
Oh, no.
And the Fox executives went to Kathy Kennedy, hand on their knees, and begged her to not let him direct another film, ever. So they fired him. They fired him 2 days before they were going to announce his project. So they cut it really close.
Yeah, that was a really bad movie.
Yeah. Then they fired Kevin Trevorrow. They fired the guy who was originally supposed to direct Episode 9. It wasn't exactly a firing. It's just he wrote 3 drafts of the screenplay, presented all of them to Lucasfilm, and even he admitted he didn't really like any of them. He had no idea what to do after The Last Jedi. Like, he watched The Last Jedi, and he's like, I have no idea where to go after this. And basically, it wasn't he was fired, it's that he and Lucasfilm both mutually agreed that at that point he could not make the film. So he left and they brought back JJ. And the fourth firing was Phil Lord and Chris Miller from Solo.
Yeah, Solo really... Yeah.
Because it was another Rogue One situation. The film was basically done and they realized they needed reshoots. And these guys basically flat out said, no, it's either our movie or we're gone. And the film comes out in 4 months, so you dare not fire us. And Lucasfilm said, watch me. So
I'm hopeful that, Obi-Wan just kicks off the cliffhanger of, Solo.
Yeah, no. And then Ron Howard came in, and man, that guy is an amazing director. So
yeah.
The fact that the movie didn't flat out suck is a miracle. It's all thanks to him. In fact, he finished the film 3 days before schedule because he was so on top of things. That film was good, by the way. If anyone who hasn't seen Solo,
I like.
So, and now we got this: the Game of Thrones showrunners being let go from there. The only directors who have stuck around are JJ and Gareth Edwards for Rogue One, but only because he was willing to cooperate with the reshoots. Every other film has gotten a new director. The shows have been better, though. Like, Jon Favreau is in charge of The Mandalorian. He's been really good about it. Mandalorian's so good, though. Like,
it really is.
I've seen so many people say, like, it's the best thing that Disney has made for Star Wars. And it's really hard to argue with that. It helps. It helps.
It's better than I expected.
Yeah,
For sure.
it helps that another creative lead is Dave Filoni, who was in charge of the Clone Wars. He directed the first episode and the most recent
Since we're
episode.
talking about it,
Yeah.
when does the 7th season of Clone Wars come out on Disney Plus?
February.
Okay, so I need to get to watching that.
Yeah, you do. Anyway, so Dave Filoni, like he like the Mandalorian culture is not invented for this show. It's been around for decades. You know, ever since Boba Fett was around, they're like, where'd he come from? So they made this culture around him, the Mandalorian armor he wears. The Clone Wars expands on it greatly, and that's Dave Filoni's favorite thing of Star Wars is the Mandalorian culture. So because of that, he's been pretty much working behind the scenes, making sure that everything is just as it should be for the live-action Mandalorian series, and that's why it's so good, is because you got somebody who actually, like, is probably the authority on that, working to make sure it's all good. So, and he's great, too, so. Man, why is everyone asking about Verlisify? They could delete his channel tomorrow, and I think everyone would celebrate. That's what I think about him. He is the worst PokeTuber on the planet. Don't look him up.
Okay, well, if I don't look him up, you guys at least tell me more. What is this?
All
I
right.
don't know anything.
His name is Verlisify.
Okay.
He has attacked many PokeTubers for just breathing the same air as him. Yeah, he stirs up controversy quite a bit. Okay, to give an example, he called the biggest girl PokeTuber a Twitch thought just because she streamed one time. I mean it, literally one time. And he called her a cam girl because of it.
How does so many people in my chat are like, yeah, I know this person. Heard of him before? Like, is he pretty big and been around and just?
He's been around. When you hear him, it's not because he's done anything good, but you hear about him a lot. Like, he's used me. He hasn't full out attacked me yet. That I wouldn't put it past him. He's used my content to try and prove his points. Like, he accused somebody during a tournament of cheating, and he used one of my videos showing somebody cheating in a card game, trying to demonstrate, people do cheat. And I was just quick to point out, what I showed was actual cheating. All you're doing is speculation, and you're using my video to show, yeah, people cheat, as if that's suddenly a new revelation that we didn't know about for the past 10,000 years. So, like,
oh man,
the guy is... It's like he's always out looking for trouble, and then when trouble finds him, he denies that it's his fault. He plays the victim. It's terrible. Anyone who doesn't know who Verlisify is, good. Sleep well tonight. You could get better information from any other number of people, Splat-Tack. If you're only watching him for information, go watch other people. Please, do not give morons any more time than they need. And he needs no time at all. So, I'm not going into that any more than that. But yeah, like, as far as, like, the future of Star Wars... We know that Disney Plus has a lot of stuff coming out. We've got the Rogue One prequel series. We've got the Obi-Wan series, which I'm sure everyone is excited for.
Oh, yeah.
So, and then we got, actual movies coming out every other year opposite Avatar sequels. So,
you think we'll get any more, like, Pokemon, like, Detective Pikachu-esque movies?
I hope we do. I mean, I've heard rumors, but I haven't heard anything definitive yet. I hope we do.
Like, not necessarily in the Detective Pikachu universe, but just like...
No, I mean, there's only one Pokemon universe. Every single thing that happens is all connected.
Oh.
So, like, in the Detective Pikachu universe, that exists in the same universe as Ash Ketchum, so... Yeah, A-Drive is worth watching. He's the best shiny hunter in the world.
What makes him so good?
He has everything. He's personable, he's nice, he's energetic, and he does not sleep. And he has the best freaking luck in the world. He got a shiny Terrakion after 2 resets in Omega Ruby.
Oh, wow.
When the Baneri shiny event began in Pokemon Go, literally the first one he tapped on was a shiny. He's done a lot of work trying to figure out the best methods of shiny hunting, and most importantly, sharing those methods with the rest of the world. So, like, when I was trying to figure out how to shiny hunt in Ultra Sun and Moon, trying to find a shiny Alolan Rattata, I went to his video, and he was very informative and very clear about the steps you need to take to get a harvester set up. So, he's the best shiny hunter in the world, as I said.
I think he does those, shiny fail reactions.
He does shiny fail reactions. He does shiny, live shiny reactions. He's just really good. I love him.
What number are you at right now?
That was 244.
I'm at 216.
Wow. I'm almost a full box ahead of you now. Wow.
I know. It's because I have to release every now and then. It's only stupid one at a time. Like I said, I wish my game would have saved when I've already pre-released a bunch.
Well, Connor, you're welcome to that opinion, but you gotta understand that Star Wars TV shows for kids are for kids. They're not for you. I happen to actually think that Forces of Destiny was a really good show. There was one episode with Luke training on Dagobah with Yoda, and they actually got Mark Hamill and Frank Oz to voice their characters again.
Oh, that's cool.
And like that was a really nice episode. So just because you're not that interested in them, that doesn't mean that they're garbage. It just means that they're not for you. That's a very important distinction. People like the one negative review for Toy Story 3 on Rotten Tomatoes. It has a 99% rating on Rotten Tomatoes because one person gave it a negative review. And the guy said, I am sure that this is good, that this is a good film. I'm sure that a lot of people will love it, but it's not for me because I'm an adult. And that was his reason. That's not valid. Bald, I win. Bald, I won. I won.
You got it?
246.
Oh, wait a minute, wait. Let me see. I'm looking at your screen.
Less than halfway to odds.
Nice, GG, man.
Oh my god, that was literally 10 away from odds.
Way to go, way to go. There it is, shiny Applin, man.
Shiny Applin. Oh, hold on,
Nice.
actually, hold on. Shiny on stream, tweeting it out.
There you go.
Haha.
Yeah, hang on. I'm gonna give your link to.
Crystal was here to see it.
There you go.
Crystal.
There's Skull's link, guys.
She's the goddess. Of course, she had to be here for this. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my first shiny in Pokemon Shield. The only other shinies I have are 2 Wooloo and Sword. This is my first shiny here. It took 3 hours, 38 minutes of stream time.
Nice, man. GG.
Ooh.
GG.
Jacob
That
was
was quick. See, I told you.
Jacob was the only one who donated, and he did not suggest a name. So, if
How do you
anyone,
evolve it? Give people a chance before you evolve it.
Here's what I'll do. If you want to nickname this, any donation, the first donation that shows up of any kind gets to nickname. Just add the nickname in the donation. That will be my rule.
Oh yeah, don't forget to save.
Oh, I will. I'm letting this I'm letting this simmer here for a while. You know what? While I do,
absolutely.
watch that ad, everyone. Thank you for your pennies.
Oh man. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So my bad luck continues.
Whew.
GG, man. That
Very
looks pretty
nice.
cool. What are you gonna evolve it into? Do you have the items?
I don't. I have the item on my end. I do not have the item for yours. But I do like. I might just leave it as it is. No, I won't. I won't do that. I will evolve it.
You want a snack or something?
Do I want yours or not? That's a good question. You know, it's silly. I actually am missing a falafel from my living dex, but I don't want for this to be my falafel for my living dex because I don't want to forget that it's a shiny.
Go for it, man. Do what you got to do. It's your shiny, man. You won. It looks cool, man.
What do I want to do?
Link that.
Thanks, Silent Link, for the $3 donation. Meliodas.
Oh, you got. Oh, so my viewers are coming over. Sammy with.
Meliodas is.
Nope.
oh, we got a higher donation.
Yep. Sammy with the 5.
Okay, let me. I I have to manually update the goal for some reason. Streamlabs doesn't like integrating with Super Chat. But anyway, it should show up here in a minute. Transmit Sam with the 5.
that.
You should name it Steve. Imagine it's a girl. Thanks
Well,
for making
sure.
Aerith show up, by the way. I have the Aerith in her dress from the trailer as my donation gif.
Yo, check out its stats and its ability
All right.
stuff.
All right, guys. I
like
think
that.
we've stared at this green apple long enough. Let's go ahead and look at it. Oh, do we have any nature guesses?
Timid.
It is a girl. It is a girl.
Oh no, a girl named Steve.
Well, that's the highest one. If somebody donates $5 and a penny, then they'll be able to name it something else. Do we have any nature guesses in the chat? Oh, I need to change this marking, make it a shiny. There we go, star. Okay, we've got calm, jolly, adamant, Steve up, mild, timid. This is going to make a great highlight. Lax, lonely. Okay. It is.
Ooh,
it's a
$10 with Diane.
It's a gluttony ability. Oh, that showed up for you way before it showed up for me. Like it just now showed up for me.
Oof. Yeah, no, $10 with that Diane. That's a good one.
Well, Diane is currently in the lead. Anyone who wants to donate $10 and a penny, and Silent Link is the new stream boss. Anyone who wants to donate $10 and a penny gets to name it something else. And it is a naughty nature. Nobody guessed naughty, really? Oh, Baker guessed naughty. Good job, Baker. That was the only naughty guess.
Naughty.
All right. Naughty. Let me save my game.
Definitely.
57 hours and 30 minutes. I get my first shiny.
Hey, your luck changed, man. 'Cause I remember that Wooloo really gave you a
246 eggs.
That's good.
Okay, let me get this correct here. I want to deposit that apple in. Oh, shoot! It filled up all the way to box 24. How long has that been? How full has that gotten? Oh, no! Oh, no! It's been filling up. I'm fine. It's just the box has got disorganized, that's all.
Oh, okay.
Let me do this. There.
I'm watching your my chat. I'm just.
Are you still working on yours?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to. I'm probably, even if we end, I'm probably just gonna keep going for it.
All right. I've got all these extra apple. No, my living dex is so screwed up now. Hold on, I can move Colossal over here at least. There.
Well, if
Okay.
anybody needs an apple, they need to come to you.
Move you there. Move you. Oh boy, so far. There. Wait, you know the most ironic thing? I think that was actually where Applin was supposed to be. Okay. I got 2 more Applin I've got to move to other places. Hang on, guys. My boxes only went up to 24 instead of 32.
Oh no!
So it's fine. It's fine. I didn't go too much over that.
Oof. So is the name gonna be Diane?
Yeah, it looks like the name will be Diane.
Are you gonna use this shiny on your team? You know, Grass Dragon's.
Well, what are its stats? How can I tell its IVs? I don't have the IV checker.
I think we have some people in the chat that might be able to help you if you check the summary again. I'll let you know.
All right. Okay, I need to grab this last egg just in case it's a shiny as well. Then I need to take back my Appleton. Very nice. Oh, I just took back my Ditto. Whatever.
Oof, oof, oof.
Okay, let me put back in my Ditto. Luckily, that didn't take very long. Alright. You have to get to rank 4 in the Battle Tower. Well, I'm not interested in that. Let me go back to the Pokemon Center here. I'm going to try and hatch the rest of these eggs just in case there's another shiny among them. I mean, obviously the odds are low, but you never know.
You never know with that stuff. Seriously, it can happen.
No, honestly. All
like
right.
I said, I'm still working on mine too.
Okay. No, I want to evolve it before I nickname it. Just to give you guys a chance to donate $10 and a penny.
Which one have you decided, Appleton or?
It'll be Appleton, yeah. Is it the sweet apple? Yes.
Yeah. What is the difference? Isn't Appleton more like defensy and
I don't know.
is more attacky, I think.
All right, shiny Applin is evolving.
Got that sweet apple.
And that is shiny Appleton. Oh, it looks gorgeous. Oh, I love that. Oh, that looks great. You guys see this? It's beautiful.
Oh, that does look cool.
That's a nice green. That's the same color green as my droid.
Ah, nice. Aha.
All right. And Appleton learned Headbutt. All right. All right. I guess its name shall be Diane. Its eyes are also its ears, yeah.
It looks like a Diane.
Appleton, select. Okay, nicknaming it Diane. Thanks to Silent Link for the donations and for the nickname. Alright. All good. Now I have a very special place to put Diane. It's going to be in box 15. That is the box where I put my shiny Pokemon.
Is it? Is that the special box?
Yes. Now I need to withdraw my party Pokemon. Put Appleton back where it belongs. The other Appleton.
Good old Appleton.
Right there. Still missing Falapple. That's fine. Go back to pick up more party members. Alright. I got 4 more eggs to hatch. So that'll be 250 eggs hatched on the mark. And let me save my game again.
Yes, make sure to save. Trust me.
Save early, save often. And my Diane is a level 1. You know what?
What?
I got experience candies. Why don't I just take it into battle here?
Do it. You can buy it as much time.
Alright. I do want to heal up first, though. No, I don't. I'm going to just experience it. What am I doing here? Hold on. Let's use an experience candy L on Diane. Just one.
I wish I could use a shiny candy.
Level 18. Learns Curse. Wants to learn Stomp. Sure. Forget Curse. The one I just learned. Holy
I'm
cow.
about to curse. No,
This is a grass dragon type, but all it knows is water and ghost moves.
What?
So weird. Imagine you get no shiny. It is possible. It is possible.
It really is. There's been people that do back-to-back in the same batch.
And one more candy. Why not? It's so fast to level things up in this game. Bullet Seed. There we go. That's a stab move.
Bullet Seed.
Yeah, forget Astonish. Why'd you name your Cinderace Fireboy? Because that was the name suggested by the chat. I named it Fireboy, all caps. Oh, beautiful. Okay, swap with that egg. Let's go and get in a battle.
I want to see this thing in battle.
All right, check my chat. Check my stream.
Also, what is its defense stats? I really think the Appleton is bulkier on defense, and then the Flapple or whatever is more base.
Well, let's see. This Appleton's stats. Its defense is 48, which is lower than its attack.
What?
It's actually like its defense is 48. Its special. Wait, is pink positive or negative? Is blue positive or negative? Because it has plus or minus attack and plus or minus special defense. Well, that's what am I talking about? You know what? Never mind. Its defense is way worse than its attack. Is what I'm trying to say.
Interesting.
I don't want to attack fairy type Pokemon though. Drifloon, Wobbuffet, Spritzee. Was that a Stuffle? That's a Stuffle. Okay, I'll do Stuffle. Oh, and an egg hatched right before I encountered it.
Is it gonna be a shiny though?
Seriously doubt it.
You never know, man.
I got a
Stranger
shiny
things.
in less than half odds. I cannot complain.
That's really good.
Very, very happy with that.
I'm proud of you, man.
All right.
Beating the odds.
Pink
Somebody
is negative, blue is positive. So I got a plus special defense and a minus attack.
Okay.
And there is my shiny Appleton. All right. Let's see. Oh, this is so cool. All right, let's use Bullet Seed. That's stab.
Oh, it's a square one too. That's rare with the eggs.
Oh, you know what? You're right.
I didn't even notice that.
It is.
Wow.
You're right.
That's an ultra shiny from Masuda. I think for Masuda, ultra shinies are 1 in 16.
You're right. Holy cow.
That's really good, man.
Whoa.
GG. GG.
Yeah, squares from Masuda are rarer. I guess I'm so used to seeing people get squares with wild Pokemon that I just forgot about that.
Hey, Kenny, GG, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, that's awesome, man. Way to go. That you need an ultra Masuda.
All right, I got a shiny Appleton, and I got a level 6 Applin.
So are you gonna use this in your pate?
I did. I might use it in a video someday with one of those versus my friends sort of things. But
well, if you ever verse me, you should do it to rub it in my face.
Oh man.
Here's that Appleton.
Oh man, I'm glad I got it first, but man, that was. Did I not deposit my Ditto? I did not deposit my Ditto. Okay. Pink is up and blue is down. Okay, so I got plus attack minus special defense.
But see, we were right though. Like the odds, like of 2 people here. The odds are.
Yeah, the odds were pretty good that one of us would get it. I think so,
Right.
and we did.
That's very efficient.
No, that's not totally correct, Crown. In Masuda method, squares are rarer, but in the wild, circles are rarer.
Yeah, because in the wild, my only ultra shiny square shiny is my Surfetch.
Yeah, both of my Wooloo and Sword were regular shinies. So, yeah, I got an ultra shiny. Wow.
How do you feel? How does it feel?
Pretty exciting.
Is that your first ever ultra shiny?
Yeah.
Nice. Because your Wooloo was just a sparkle one?
Yeah.
Nice. Wait, was Wooloo a wild hunt?
No, it was
Okay.
this. I did use Masuda on that, but I did not use Shiny Charm. Because I didn't finish the Pokédex, obviously. I literally caught the first Wooloo I found, traded away my Sobble for a foreign Wooloo, and then just hatched all the Wooloo I could after that. The only 2 Pokemon in my Pokédex were Wooloo and Sobble's nickname was Wooloo.
Oof. How'd that happen?
I nicknamed it Wooloo.
No, I didn't order the Wooloo plush pink banana. I'm not gonna punch it.
Disappointed.
So how did it feel in battle?
It was fun. Okay, I got one more egg to hatch.
All right, is it a shiny?
I've already got a shiny, so if I got 2 before you got 1, I'd feel a little bad.
Well, you know, it could happen.
Could. Oh, Crystal mentioned a while ago, doubt she's still in here, but she put a smoke ball on her Carcoal so that if you ever got into a random match, you can guaranteed run away.
Smoke ball, eh?
I don't know why it hasn't been this way since Gen 3, but in Gen 3, if you put a smoke ball on a Pokemon, then when you run, your Pokemon actually disappears in smoke when you run. Ever since then, you just get a little piece of text at the bottom that says, ran away with the smoke ball.
That's crazy. I need to check and see if I have a smoke ball.
Okay, last one hatched, no shiny. We got 1 in 246 eggs, and we hatched 250 eggs altogether on the mark. That was a lot of fun.
You want to do it again? I got to keep going until I catch it.
Someday I'll happily do this again. Yeah.
So yeah, no, that's a good question. So now that you caught the shiny, so I asked you this before pre-show. In all honesty, how would you rate this experience? Like, time flew by real quick.
This is so fun.
Yeah. No, it's all.
No, I am very happy with this.
And you said that you've done shiny hunts on Twitch, but do you think you'll maybe migrate over to YouTube with?
Probably. For Sword and Shield ones, definitely. For other ones, maybe I'll stay on Twitch. I guess it depends on if my 3DS capture card continues to cooperate or not. Because the alternative is to just use a different 3DS and point a little camera at it and do it on my own free time instead of stream it. Which I really don't want to do, but that's fine.
Well, dude, congratulations, man.
Thank you. I'm so happy.
Well, how are you going to spend the rest of your free time now this evening?
Probably going to finish. I'm probably going to finish that darn cat.
Actually, you could probably go to KFC if you hurry up.
No, they close in 15 minutes.
You aren't going to make it.
No.
Oof. No, I can't win, Red. I already lost.
But thank you to everyone who donated. And congrats, Silent Link, for the winning donation to name it Diane. Otherwise, let me go and heal up real quick because I just realized like my entire party is just dying. The last thing I did before I started this was I went and got the Oval Charm, and of course, that was hard. So,
oof. Well, what do you think you're going to shiny hunt next then?
Oh, I don't know. I guess I'll find out later. We didn't quite hit my donation goal for today, but that's fine. We got really close, so. And we did get the new Shovel Knight amiibos.
Yay!
What will I go after next? Honestly, don't know. I wouldn't be opposed to doing races. Just keep doing shiny hunt races.
Well, I'm open now. I'm gonna be moving, so it might be best if you want to bring me back for after I move. But you know, there's plenty of other of your pals.
Yeah,
out
there's
there
plenty of other people that I could do. But yeah,
I guarantee you'll have a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, I'm now approaching 4 hours on the mark of my stream, so I'm going to call it here. I will have the highlight video up on my channel tomorrow / later today, depending on what time it is for you guys. Thanks, Bald, for doing this with me. This is a whole lot of fun.
Anytime, man. Anytime. I'm glad you had fun.
Yeah, and I'll be hopping over and watching you and cheering you on.
Thanks, because I'm gonna keep going for at least another couple hours.
I mean, I'll mute you because I want to watch Disney Plus, but I'll be there.
Hey, I appreciate the vote of confidence.
All right.
All right, man.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for having me. Bye.
Bye.